What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This is a big Friday, big end of the week. Got Snyder Cut. We got Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's just the shows. Then I got two figure reviews to do here tonight. We're playing WoW for the first time with old John Knight. Game been out 15 years and the boy hasn't played it. Crazy. We're getting into that. I'm excited. This is a big weekend again. Snyder Cut was good too. I think that's the best thing about it is that Snyder Cut was good, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier was also good. So I thought this made everything better, right? All the hype surrounding Snyder Cut and all this stuff leading into it. Expectations were it was worrisome. Is it going to be bad? Like is Justice League, as I like to call it, wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. I've still never understood how DC or Warner Brothers they have DC, which is arguably the greatest comic book characters of all time. Of all time. And they squander these films. Like they always have so much. The potential's there, right? Again, best comic book characters to date. Like if they're not, they're arguably the best, right? It's all subjective, but no one could really argue that they're the most popular, I would say. More people know Batman and Superman by name than, 10 years ago, no one knew who the hell Iron Man was. No one cared. You know what I mean? It goes to show you what a good movie and what good stories, kind of power they have. Not everybody knows who Tony Stark and Iron Man is. Crazy world we live in. See if old John Knight's ready here. I don't want to get into it too much discussion-wise without him because I'll have to recap everything. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, not much. So I know you finished Snyder Cut. Did you finish Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I did. I finished that about, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes ago.
Which one did you like more? I know it's kind of unfair because one's a 4-hour like epic and one's just granted, I'll tell you right off the top though, the best thing about Falcon and Winter Soldier has nothing to do with the show. It was just the runtime. The fact that it was like 47 or 42 minutes, whatever it was, that was the best part to me. It was like really my only detractor, and you can confirm this, my only WandaVision detractor was always the length of the shows. It was just too short.
It always wanted to be longer.
Yeah. Which is really a testament to like how good the show is. It's like, well, I just want it to keep going. Like
true, very true.
But it always seemed like with that one, as soon as you were getting hooked in, the credits went up. It's like, God damn, every time. Every time. But which one did you like more? Did they live up to your expectations?
Well, I guess if gun to my head, I would say Justice League. But again, that has the benefit of being now once all of Falcon and Winter Soldier is out and it can be run as like one story all the way through, who knows?
Yeah. But that's the big question.
But yeah, as of right now, Justice, I was blown away with Justice League. Like I was fully expecting I was hoping at best to be like, okay, well, it was redeemed somewhat. It was a decent movie. Like I wasn't expecting to love it. I was really expecting the story to be kind of just, whatever. And man, I was blown away. Like that movie was amazing, and it's a double-edged knife sword, whatever the saying is, because I love the movie, and I'm so glad that it's that version of the movie was able to come out, but the other side of that is we don't get any of the follow-up. We don't get any of the things that were teased and shown and stuff that the future used to hold for us at one point.
Right. Well, I would say to that though is like never say never, because money talks, man. And I'll tell you what, I'm trying to, for some reason, all my scenes aren't working right now. I'm trying to pull up my second monitor here, and it's like a blank window right now. Let me get this sorted real quick, because I was gonna pull up a picture, but um, I would say that, like, I've said it before, man. Money talks, and like, I could see them coming back and doing it again. Like, I could see them like. The thing is, really though, what it comes down to is the cost. Like,
Hmm.
they're not gonna. That's the problem they run into, is like $200 million. Are they gonna be able to get that ROI? Are they gonna be able to? You can't put it on HBO Max and like justify, because that's what anybody would say, is like, well, just make it and put it on HBO Max. It's like, yeah, but that's not gonna justify $200 million spent. You
It
know?
would if it would if and there's two factors at play. The first factor is how many new subscriptions can they attribute to Snyder Cut, along with how many people that were subscribers watch Snyder Cut. And then the other factor is how many of those people that signed up for Snyder Cut, so within, let's say, the past 2 weeks or within the 2 or 3 weeks after they announced that they were doing Snyder Cut, how many of those people continue their subscription after the current month ends? So how many of those people retain their subscription? And if Justice League can account for enough, I mean, we've talked about on the show the way that these streaming services work. I mean, you're talking about hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars per year just in subscriptions.
Oh yeah.
So so even if the movie, I mean, what they're making $15, like their subscriptions are $15. If a million people signed up for to watch Snyder Cut, and I'm hoping maybe it's more than that, but if only a million people did, that's $15 million just this month. But if all those 15 million or 10 of those 15 million, 10 million retain their subscription, that's another 10 million next month. That's 10 million the following month. I mean, that's by the end of the year, you're talking about what, $111 million for the year that they've generated off of, theoretically, that they've generated off a Snyder Cut.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it all becomes very much dollars and ROI analysis for them. So we'll see.
Yeah, 'cause that's the thing, man. That's what, because I got to watch it before you, so I wanted, like, I was trying to be vague, and when I was telling you about it in Discord, but the
Yeah.
main thing was like the new ending with Deathstroke, and what they set up there, because that's the one thing too. Like, everybody who's seen the movie now, obviously this is going to be spoiler filled, so there you go. But the movies are the same. Like, and that's the thing that, like, I was telling you, like, just a little bit ago, the thing that really blows my mind is all the drama that Warner Brothers had. Like, because we heard it for years, the past couple of years, is like, we'll never know the whole story because we weren't there. But and I'm sure we'll talk about this more on the show when we actually do a more formal review. But regardless, we heard for years that, Warner Brothers wasn't happy with Zack's movie. He was fired from the movie. He didn't just leave because of the tragedy with his daughter. There was more to it. We'll never know what it really was. I believe myself that it was because of his daughter that he left the movie.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Like, his daughter tragically took her own life. Like, you're not going to keep working on a stupid movie at that point. As someone who has kids, you're not going to do that. Okay? Like, it's not going to happen. So, Warner Brothers could have been unhappy with it. Like, all that could still be true. But he left the movie because of his daughter, I'm saying, is probably the primary reason. But that being said, like, Warner Brothers spent hundreds of millions of dollars to bring in Joss Whedon and have him do all these, like, reshoots and all this stuff, like, throw in some jokes here and there, do all this stuff for hundreds, like, at least $100 million to get all this done. And then when you watch the theatrical cut and then you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, they're literally the same movie. Like, why would you spend all that money just to make a 2-hour version of a movie that already exists. Like, those scenes that Joss Whedon cut or, shot were not needed for the movie. It didn't change the story. The story was still exactly the same. Like, it was exactly the same as Snyder's original vision. It was just 2 hours of it and worse. Like, that
Yeah.
was it. So it was like, that's the part that honestly blows my mind about it. It's like, what is going on with their leadership there, at least at that point in time, because they do have different leadership now. But, like, why did they not just hire someone to come in and edit it down to 2 hours? Like, Zack already had all this stuff shot. The movie remained the same. Like, they're literally the same movie. I don't know, that's just that kills me. But
Well, yeah. I mean, when you look at the stuff that Whedon added into this movie, when you look at, uh, well, I'm sure we'll talk more in depth about what was cut later on. But
mhm,
but since we're talking about the additions, the reason he was brought in, when you look at what he added to the movie, it was some pretty,
inconsequential things.
yeah, like you said, jokes and stuff that really even didn't, like, it didn't land right because it wasn't,
Mhm.
it felt out of place because of, they were trying to shoehorn in a certain style with another style that had nothing. It's like trying to mix oil and water. Like, they're two completely different things. They're never going to mix, and it showed in the movie. Now, I will say they were trying to lighten the tone of the DCEU after BVS, and what they heard was a negative response to the dark tone of it, and so they were trying to lighten the tone. I will say that parts of BV, or just Justice League, I really liked. Like, I know the CGI aside, I really liked the opening scene with Superman and the cell phone footage, and Superman saying, whatever he says there to the kids about, how
Mhm.
he believes in people and stuff. Because it may be hokey, it may be whatever, but that's Superman. I mean, and so I while I like that scene, it feels out of place in the movie because, again, you're mixing two completely different things together. So
Contrary to that, because I did like the concept behind that scene. We'll say whether or not it was
mhm.
executed efficiently, that's up to debate. But, like, on the other side of that coin, I also liked Zack's intro to the movie to where the death of Superman is essentially what
The
activates the
catalyst.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
that was
like that
awesome.
too. Like, that's like, yeah, it brings everything kinda together. Like, it's cool. And then jumping to the end, like the Deathstroke scene with Lex, it's the same scene, but the dialogue's different, and it's, like, way better. It was just a way
Oh, yeah,
better
definitely. It
and it
made more
sets
sense.
up the Ben Affleck movie that we're never gonna get, hope but maybe we will, maybe we will. I'm still holding out for it, 'cause that's what I was gonna say, like, when I first before I went into the rant. Like, that's what bummed me out the most when I was, like, trying to tell you on Discord, like, "Man, the things they set up at the end, I'm, like, real disappointed that we're not gonna get because it was just set up so well. Like, I want more Nightmare. I want that Ben Affleck Batman movie, and, like, knowing the stakes that are involved with it with, Slade Wilson wanted to kill Batman for whatever reason. We don't know exactly what his beef was against him at the time, but Lex giving Slade his identity sets up a pretty good catalyst for a movie there. Like it
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been really good. And then the nightmare stuff was really cool. Like I thought it was good at least, but it's just the nightmare stuff. If anything, is kind of the most like disheartening additions because that was all new stuff, and we're not going to get any payoff from it if they don't make a sequel. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm glad that it's there because like that was like because Zack Snyder even said himself like one of the things that always bothered him was that they had Ben's Batman and they had Jared's Joker, and these two were never on screen together. Like they never got to do anything. So like that's why like he wanted to make that nightmare scene and have them in there, actually have them do something. And
Yeah.
so I'm glad it's there for that purpose. And like I'm one of the people who like while Jared's not my favorite Joker, like I actually liked the Joker. I didn't like the way he looked, but I liked the way he acted. Like I thought that was all good. Hated his
Mhm.
costuming and Suicide Squad and everything. Like that was terrible. But everything else I liked. Like if you just put in a different, like, if you put in how he looked in Snyder Cut into Suicide Squad, he's great. Like,
Sure.
all the tattoos and the leather, the purple leather, and then all that stuff. No, I didn't like that. But, like, the conversation was good. They touched on the whole, like, killing Robin thing, and then
Hmm.
that was obviously where we heard prior to, the movie coming out that it was gonna be rated R because Steppenwolf was cutting people in half and Batman says "fuck," and we were all like, "Does Batman really need to say fuck? That's kinda weird." But in the context, it worked. Like,
Sure.
totally worked. Did it need to be there? No. It didn't. Like, they coulda just said, "There's really no difference between him saying, 'and I will kill you,' or 'and I will fucking kill you.'" It
Yeah.
it it didn't have to have it there, but it was fine that it was there. But, yeah, the only other, like, my only gripe with the whole thing was Martian Manhunter. Utterly useless. Like, and I feel like Zack wanted Martian Manhunter to show up in the second movie, not in this one at all, but because there isn't gonna be a second one, he just threw these scenes in with him, because that last shot with him at, uh,
The lake
Bruce's
house.
house, yeah, that was completely new. That was a
Yeah.
complete new shot. You could tell by the way Ben looked, and you could tell the same in, the yeah, despite it being obvious because of Joe Manganiello and Jared Leto being there, but the nightmare scene, Ben completely shot that new. You could tell the cowl didn't even fit his face anymore. It wasn't like flush on his. Go back and watch it. You see like a slight gap on there. He's not as big as he was back when they made the cowl for him. So
Yeah.
like all that stuff was new. And but Martian Manhunter literally shows up at the end of the movie and is like, you know what? Next time I'll help you guys fight.
Yeah.
Like,
Why didn't you help before? Like,
yeah, why wasn't
you
Bruce like,
you were talking about if they lose, like that would have been it. There wouldn't have been a next time. So what was he waiting for?
yeah. It's like he
Yeah.
shows up, like, I just don't know why Bruce wasn't like, dude, like, where were you at? We just fought like Steppenwolf and Darkseid and the Unity, where were you at for all that? Well, that's where we
Hmm.
needed your help. Like,
Yeah.
so like, and so I'm giving it a pass strictly because of what I said before, where I'm sure he probably just wanted him to be in the next one, but he wanted to shoehorn it in there.
Hmm.
So like, because it was probably easy for him to do the Lois, like the Martha Kent Lois scene, and just throw in the CG, just get that done. Harry Lennox would have only needed to say one line to get that done, you know. I could see
Hmm.
that, like, just, which is also like, instead of helping the Justice League, he's freaking talking to Lois for whatever reason. I
Sure.
don't know. But either
Well,
way, I'll give it a
that
pass. But
I'll say that that scene itself, there were, I posted on Instagram and Twitter that I had small quibbles with a few things. Like overall, I loved it. Like
oh yeah, me too. I liked it a lot.
it jumps up to right behind Man of Steel as, you know, one of my favorite DC movies ever. And but like the Martian Manhunter thing, like why did he go, because that's going to be an issue later on. Like why did he go as Martha to her? I understand he was trying to get her back into the game or whatever, but he knew her as the army person too. For Man of Steel, like they met, and so it wasn't like she didn't know who this guy was.
Yeah.
Um, so why he went to her as Martha? Because eventually Lois is going to run across Martha again, and she's going to say,
Right.
"Thanks for coming to my apartment." And Martha's going to go, "What?
Yeah, like, I
What are
never
you talking?"
had tea
Yeah,
with you. Like,
yeah.
what?
Like, what are you talking about? Unless he like Martian Manhunter's his way over to Superman's mom and like does a memory thing on her where he implants a memory of having done it, but the whole that seems very contrived to do all that. So that was a little like I didn't quite understand the need for that.
Yeah.
But in the long run, it's a small thing. Like it doesn't matter ultimately. The scene was written to do a certain thing and it did, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. That's the only, because aside from that, and then like that was really my, like, the only other there's two other gripes I have. that are just like small stupid things, really. The one scene, speaking of Lois, the scene where like they resurrect Superman and like he's beating them all up, and then like he's like heat visioning Batman and stuff. And then, like, in the theatrical cut, Batman planned with Alfred to bring Lois in case
Yeah.
he was crazy. And in this one, she just luckily shows up before he kills Batman, and like it did not come across as like it was planned by Batman. The movie actually shows that she was just already in the area.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that was honestly kind of stupid. Like the theatrical cut version of it makes it out to like Batman's a smart guy. He's got contingencies. Like that was his big gun, you know? Like bring
Mhm.
in Lois if he's crazy, and then hopefully that works.
It
So
definitely
it like
works.
went with character.
It definitely works better, at least for especially for Batman's character that way.
Mhm.
I will say that Lois, it wasn't like Lois was like at the Daily Planet or that she was at the monument when he came back.
Conveniently, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
That's why it's a gripe, you know, because it's like
sure, sure. I'm
they
just
could
saying,
have
like,
just played like honestly, I think the way the
I'm
theatrical
just saying,
cut did
like,
it was just better.
her reaction to seeing an explosion from the Superman ship and then a being hovering over it, I think would be to go there because I think in her heart of hearts it would be, is it possible? Like, is it possible he's back? And so it didn't bother me. I understand what you're saying about Batman. I agree that that works better, especially from the Batman perspective, because it makes him look like he's the tactician that, he's portrayed as most of the time in the comics.
Mhm.
So
Well, that's the thing, because essentially, like, he goes in there with no plan at that point.
yeah.
Like, he literally had no plan.
Hmm.
He literally stares at Clark from across the field, and, like, he's got nothing. That's not Batman. He didn't have kryptonite on him, he had no plan for this. And I thought that was just kinda stupid. Like, for one, just that he had no plan, but for two,
Well,
that the Lois thing was actually a Whedon thing and
his
not
plan was just to get Superman back, though. I
Yeah.
feel like at least the way this movie plays out. See, in the Justice League version, it's Batman's intention from the jump to resurrect Superman. Like, that whole
Mhm.
movie plays out because he's trying to resurrect Superman. In
Yeah.
this one, it's like they stumble upon this possibility, and in the spur of the moment, they decide as a group, yeah, this is something we need to try and do. So I feel like there wasn't as much time. Now it's Batman, so obviously he always has plans. His plans have plans,
Exactly.
but for this one, for me, it worked because everything kind of just snowballed from that. From the moment they realized the mother box could possibly bring him back, it just seemed like it was bang, 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 go, 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 because they had to get this done as soon as possible. But
Which, speaking of which, I like that more because, like, you gotta think, Batman in the world that they set up, there had been no evidence that Batman should even have the faintest belief that he could resurrect somebody from the dead, in all honesty.
with the
Like,
exception that Doomsday was Zod, a form of Zod brought back to life. So for the
well,
Justice
it
League
was a little
version,
bit different, though, because he was made. You know, he was literally birthed, you know?
sure.
Like, it was just from the DNA, you know, he mixed it with Lex's DNA and then the ship with 'cause that ship had the egg chamber and all that stuff, so it was able to that's how they harvested. Because if you remember Man of Steel, they actually, like, made people on
Hmm.
Krypton. It was the
Yep.
same thing, just mixed with Zod's DNA and his DNA, and it made an abomination. So, but it was honestly just kinda weird that Batman's intent was like, "I'm gonna my plan is to bring someone back from the dead."
Yeah.
Like, it honestly doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
The only other thing, which was actually a good thing, and this was a detractor from the theatrical cut that was fleshed out in this one. And actually, there's a lot of that, like Cyborg, like all the characters get a lot more stuff to do. It was just a lot better from a character standpoint. Granted, they had 2 more hours to flesh everything out. So, but the main thing, like that really stands out to me, because it always bothered me in the theatrical cut, because they showed it in the trailers and everything. But when, like, for instance, you probably remember the scene from the trailers and then from the movie, obviously. when they go to like rescue Silas, Victor's dad, and like the parademons and Steppenwolf have all the scientists and everybody like down in the
Yeah.
wherever. There's a scene that they always showed in the
Under
trailer.
Gotham Harbor.
Yeah, when they're under the harbor.
Yeah.
They always showed this scene where like Batman is in there and he puts his gauntlet up and starts blocking shots.
Yeah.
In the theatrical cut, they never explain that
What's
him and
going
Alfred
on?
created the gauntlet to absorb energy.
Yeah.
So like, it always bothered me in the theatrical cut because they just show him just throwing up his arm and blocking bullets and shit, and I'm just like, that's not something that happens. Like, like, so the fact that they just like, there's actually an explanation for it in this version. I was like, oh, okay. Like as soon as like I saw Alfred working on the gauntlet, and he says, and they do that testing in there, I was just like, thank you. Like, because I immediately thought of that stupid scene where he's just catching freaking energy blasts, and I'm like, it all makes sense now. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know why they would cut that out. It's a 2-second line for them to have Alfred explain that he made gauntlets. Like, why cut that out? It just saves a lot of time.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what obviously the problem with a 4-hour movie from the studio and the theater standpoint is
Asses
if
in
you
the
have
seats.
exactly, if you have a 4-hour movie, that's less shows you can run every day. That's less dollars that you're bringing in every day.
A lot
So
of people though, like, wouldn't go to it if they knew it was 4 hours too. Like, in all honesty.
And that's the thing that I guess, but I don't really understand that. We live in a day and age where binge watching is something people do. It's not just something people literally sit down and will watch an entire season of a new Netflix show, like 12 hours of content in a 48-hour period, or sometimes even a 24-hour period. People just sit down and consume content.
But they're doing that in their house for free on their couch.
Okay. Sure. But it's not like people seem to like, at least what I've been seeing online, the few gripes I've seen about being long is like, oh, it should have been cut. Oh, it was way too long. It's like, are you kidding me? You will sit at home on your ass and watch something for 12 hours in a row because it's the new show that's on. You're telling me they couldn't have cut like 3 or 4 hours of that out? Like, I mean,
Well, think about that though. Think about that. These people are actually complaining about it being long, and they got to sit on their ass on their couch in the comfort of their home, can pause it, all this shit. You know what I mean? So even since they were able to do that and the luxury of their house, they're still complaining about the length. That's why they would never do a 4-hour movie in the theater.
I don't honestly think they're complaining because of the movie. First of all, from my perspective, that movie wasn't long at all. I know it was 4 hours long. It didn't feel 4 hours long. That movie, I started that movie at 8:00. I got to the point where Superman was resurrected, and I went upstairs to, get something to drink, go to the bathroom real quick during the chapter break, like right after that. And so there were only like 2 or 3 chapters left after that. I looked at the clock. I was like, holy shit, there's only like an hour of this movie left. I thought it had been on like an hour and a half at best. Like that movie, the pace of that movie is, for a 4-hour movie, is expertly paced.
The pacing was decent. Yeah, it felt pretty good.
Like like I saw somebody complain about the singing when Aquaman leaves the first time. Okay, yeah, maybe that could have been cut out. But I mean, come on, that's like a 2 or 3 minute segment.
What they should have cut out was Batman trekking through the glaciers. That took forever.
Yeah,
like,
but
I'm like, how
also,
do you need all these sweeping shots? Jesus.
That's also the credit roll too for that. That goes back. That's a hallmark of old school filmmaking, when you used to put everybody's name at the front of the movie. I know it's not the way things are done now, and I know it's not, but I have to believe, because he does that in BVS.
But the credits were already done at this point. They were going through the.
No,
they weren't.
You get directed by Zack Snyder the instant Bruce steps on the ledge overlooking the overlooking the town the Aquaman goes into, and then when he comes down and he's walking through the crowd into the door right before it goes black and you get to the chapter 1 title screen, there's, like,
Mhm.
one other credit that pops up as he's walking through,
Mm.
to go into town, and then you go to black. So it is entirely credits up until that point. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Yes, it's kind of long,
It was
but
a bit gratuitous.
I also thought, like, hey, pretty pictures. I mean, it's not the worst
Yeah.
thing in the world to be looking at. It
Yeah, it
wasn't like
was
it was
good.
badly.
Yeah. It just I don't know why that's the only scene in the entire movie where I felt like it was just dragging on a little bit longer than it needed to. And there were a couple others, but, like, yeah, there were small things, like, I can't even remember the other ones, but there was only, like, 2 or 3 times, that being one of them, where I was like, "Okay, like, you don't like, this is going on for a while." This is going on because the singing part, I don't even think that really bothered me. Like, I feel like it was I did hang over, I guess Aquaman had already swam off, and they were still showing the people singing, so, I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
But
that's, I
either
mean,
way, that didn't really
also
stick out to me too bad.
it's also just, it's a tone thing. He's establishing a tone of this guy is a mythical person. They almost worship, they sing to this guy because he's
Mhm.
such a savior. I understand why he puts it in there and why it's in there. And that's Zack Snyder does things big. I mean, he doesn't just tell you that that's what happened. He shows you that that's how they feel about it. And I mean, that's just a personal preference thing. I think obviously some people, or a lot of people, don't like that, but
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was great though, because I'm right there with you. I still think I have Shazam as my number 2. I think in the end, Shazam is probably a better movie, but I don't know. I haven't watched Shazam in a while, but it's definitely probably my number 3. Like I think I was telling you that like it Wonder Woman 1 or this is my number 3 as of right now, but it could easily jump to number 2 above Shazam and Wonder Woman. I don't know yet, but I
yeah,
really did like it.
I have, I mean, for me, I think it's number I think it's number 2. I think it's Man of Steel and then this. I love Shazam too. I love Shazam, a bunch, but there's also a lot of, I mean, this one, there's a lot of stuff that it, that pays off if from the previous 2 movies.
Mhm.
The voiceover work by Jor-El and Jonathan Kent, when Superman does finally return and he gets the black costume. Like, I felt like that scene, I was telling Tracy today, that scene in and of itself, like, redeemed it changes the perspective on, for me, on Man of Steel. The one gripe I had about Man of Steel for so long was the fact that Jonathan Kent he wasn't the moral stalwart that he is in the comics, where he's like, Clark, this is the right thing to do. You do the right thing every time. Like, Clark asks him point blank, should I have let him die? And he says maybe. And, like, that line always kind of rubbed me wrong. Just because of the who Jonathan Kent is in the comics. But for the
I
story that they
liked
were
that
telling,
line.
yeah, for a story that they were telling in the time in which they're telling it about, this guy's telling his son, I'm scared for you. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I'm scared of what will happen if somebody finds you, or
Mhm.
what could happen. So yeah, maybe you do let them die. But then in this one, you get that voiceover work. And I'm not really sure in what exactly is supposed to be going on there. If that's just Clark's impression of what his two fathers would be telling him in that moment, if that's some sort of recorded message, if I'm not really sure what's going on, if it's some
Yeah, I
sort
don't
of
know. Well, you gotta
pseudo
remember too, even in what was it? Was it BVS or Man of Steel? He goes up the mountain though, and, like, he talks
his
to
dad's at the top of the
Jonathan.
mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't
like
know if that's some pseudo Kryptonian science thing going on. Yeah, it's hard to tell exactly. He's kind of playing fast and loose with the reality of the situation in that.
yeah. I think he's
But
just
he
visualizing his own internal monologue. Like, I think he's just thinking about, like, what his dad would say in the situation, so they're visualizing it. Because
sure.
Zach's a visual storyteller, so, like, he's just like, "We'll just do it."
And in this one, Jonathan Kent gets the last word, and he says, it's time for you to be who you were meant to be. It's time for you
Mhm.
to show that you are." Basically saying, you know, all those things I was afraid of, all those things that those are in the past. Go be the hero that, you know, I know you can be, I know you're going to be. And that for me, you know, it works so well as an overarching story from the arc from Man of Steel to now, to Superman embracing who he is and being that hero that we're all looking for him to be, the classic Superman, even though he's going forward with the black costume. But yeah, no, I thought that
It
that was just
it was
brilliant.
kind of weird for him to still be wearing. That's the thing too. With the black suit in general, there was really no need for it. They didn't even explain it to like absorb light to help him heal, or if he even
Not
needed
it was
that.
just
Like,
it was strictly a choice he made.
yeah,
Yeah. It
so it
wasn't
was
because in the
interesting.
comics, it was always the regeneration suit. It
Hmm.
was actively aiding him in his healing when coming back from the dead. In this, there wasn't any of that. It was just the choice he made.
Yeah, which was interesting because I've seen some other people on the interwebs kind of making that same it's not like a bad thing, just like it's like an odd thing for like that end scene when he rips the shirt open. It's the black suit and not
It
like, why is he not back in the blue and red at this
classic,
point, you
yeah,
know? And I can see why, like, yeah, because I don't know, but like again, like they never explain the black suit, which I don't know if that's really a good thing or a bad thing. It just, I don't know. It's just pretty much just like everyone wants to see the black suit, so here's the black suit, as opposed to
mhm,
like they could have just played it to where, you know, the old suit, he didn't have a second red suit, and because the old suit, if you remember, it got a big hole in it when he got stabbed by Doomsday. So
mhm.
they could have even just done something as simple as explain that away, but they can't because as he's walking through the freaking ship, the blue suit comes out. Comes
Yeah,
out of the freaking wall right there. It's like, well, okay. Because if they would have had it set up to where the only one there is the black suit, well, then it all makes sense. You don't even have to explain it. It's just, well, there it is. There's the black
sure.
suit. Either way. I liked it though. And then Flash doing his little time travel flashpoint thing, you know, got to break the one rule. That was good. What did you think about the line in when they were under Gotham Harbor and in the theatrical cut, Flash is like, "I don't do battle, I just push people and run away." And then Bruce
Mhm.
is like, "Just save one person." You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that line being obviously a Whedon thing and not even in the movie at all? Like, do you think that did you like that line or not?
I did. I mean, I like the idea behind it. I like the idea about, I know you're scared, but save one person and see how that it doesn't really work as well when you actually get into it, it doesn't work as well because Barry has saved people up until that point.
Yeah,
Um he's that's how they found Barry was he, saves the person at the convenience store. He stopped uh Captain Cold and was it Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang in
he did. Yeah, in Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, thank you. He stops Captain Boomerang. So when you start thinking about it, it doesn't make a lot of sense that the Barry being scared or worried because
Mm-hmm.
he's been in situations before. So it's not like now, yes, this is end of the world type stuff and whatever. But the idea behind it about just save one person, just a way to get him over his fear was a cool
Yeah.
play. So it not being in there didn't, it was fine. It was whatever.
Yeah, I like the concept. Like if they could have if Zack would have had that in there in a different place, like because obviously it was Whedon and Zack, because Zack said that he wasn't using anything he didn't shoot. So if it wasn't
Mhm,
in there, it was because Whedon did it. And
mhm,
conceptually, I like the dialogue between him and Batman about it. But I remember shortly before, I think we talked about it on the show, someone asked Zack during an interview, is that line in particular, like, did he shoot that? Is it gonna be in the movie? And he said it was if I'm remembering correctly, he said it was like a fucking stupid line. It didn't make any sense. Because like pretty much for the reasons you were saying. It's like
yeah,
he's the Flash. Like
yeah,
no, like why would he say that? Like he can just he he's the Flash. Like and
yeah,
then like that was his rebuttal to it. I was like,
mhm,
okay, that's not gonna be there. But yeah, I liked the line in concept. I just, it's so I don't know because it was that, and then the dialogue, some of the dialogue between Batman and Superman when he comes back to life was actually good. Not the "do you bleed" part, but, like, the "you won't let me live, you won't let me die." I liked that line from Clark.
Mhm.
Obviously wasn't there. I think there might have been another one, but I don't remember, like oh, yeah, then yeah, 'cause in that same exact scene, Bruce is like, "The world needs you," and he's like, "Well, does the world need you?" Like,
Mhm.
like so, like, actually liked that dialogue from the theatrical cut. I
Yeah.
didn't like the Batman dialogue, though, and I forget who the hell he was even talking to. Um, but someone asks him, is like, "I thought you didn't like me," and he's like, "Well, I don't, not like you?" Like, that was terrible. You remember that? Who was he talking to? Do
I
you remember that
do.
line?
He's talking to Superman.
Was it Superman in that?
I think
I can't
so.
remember if it was I feel like I was thinking it had to be Superman, but it also sounded like something maybe Aquaman would have said, I don't know. What's up, babe? What are you doing? Yeah? You gonna come be on camera? Sarah just walked in.
Oh boy.
Here. Oh, that's not the right one. There's my wife right there. How you doing?
Hello.
What
I'm
you
fine.
doing? How was the thing? You didn't record any of it? Why not? No.
It was not good.
He,
Eric.
he's not. He has to work in the morning.
Oh.
So yeah.
Hi, John.
What's up, Sarah?
I hear you.
You
Did she
hear
say
him?
she
Vaguely.
The
Oh,
what?
am I coming through like Nate's headphones? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
All right. Here's
All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
all right.
What was I saying?
I don't not like you. Yeah, it was
Was
Superman.
it Superman?
I just pulled it up on YouTube. He's
Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. That was the thing too, which I saw some other people talking about this. The changes it was way more predominant in the theatrical cut, but they like the Batman character was like drastically different than he was in BVS. Like
Mhm.
drastically different in the theatrical cut. Like he was making stupid jokes like that and like whatever. But come to find out, like even in Zack's cut, he wasn't the same character. Like he was different. At least he seemed different to me. I still like it. Like Ben's
Mhm.
still my favorite Batman personally,
Mhm.
but it was still just wasn't the same. He was a little bit more lighthearted, I guess is the best way to describe it. Even in Zack's version. Not
Yeah.
Nightmare Batman. Nightmare Batman's seen some shit, and he don't put up with no shit. But I like Nightmare Batman a lot. Which, funnily enough, that is if nothing else comes out of the Snyder cut, if we don't get the Ben Affleck Batman movie, which I think would be more likely than Justice League 2, just because it would be cheaper, and they could actually put that on HBO Max and probably justify $100 million, maybe $70 million to just do that one thing.
That could be an actual series too.
They
That
could
I
do a
think that would
series,
work
you know?
as a series pretty well.
That would if Ben, because that's one thing
Although I
too
guess
that could
any
be enticing to Ben because he's never shot a series before.
yeah.
So, I mean, it might be kind of fun. Who knows, though? But I don't think either of them are gonna happen, but you never know, dude. You never know anymore these days. Freaking Alfred Molina's coming back as Doc Ock. Freaking what's his name's coming back as Electro. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire might be coming back. Like, in that world, they could very well the Snyder cut got made, for heaven's sake. Like, they
Sure.
spent $70 million on that. So, in a world where all that stuff has happened, I could see them doing it, but either way. But point being, if we don't get any of that out of it, at the very least, we got this out of it. I don't know if you have the stream up, but
Yeah.
at least we got the Hot Toys Nightmare Batman and Black Suit Superman, the reissue of Nightmare Batman and the first Black Suit Superman hot toy. at the very least, the Snyder Cut gave me a chance to pick up Nightmare Batman. So I'm happy with it just for that.
Yep.
I went ahead, I already pre-ordered the damn thing.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I'm FOMOing out right now. Like,
Yeah,
I
there
was
was talk at one point about you trying to hold out for some reward points first.
yeah, but that's one thing too, Sideshow. I got a gripe with you on this. The fact that you don't let, because I don't know if none of you guys have ever ordered from Sideshow before, you get rewards like I forget how much it is. Maybe like a 1% per purchase or something. I don't remember. Um, but it's a fraction of it. You get any of your purchases, you get rewards money for, and it's not an insignificant amount. That's what I think it is, like 1%. But either way, regardless, the first thing is you can't even redeem the rewards. They don't even become available on your account till like 45 days after the item is shipped to you. So if you like this 2-pack, for instance, doesn't come out until like July to September of 2022. So I'm looking at 1 to 2 months after they ship it to me, I'll even get the rewards points for this thing to even be able to use it elsewhere. That being said, the most annoying thing about the rewards, though, is you can't apply them to like any orders that you have already. Like I have the deposit down for this. I did not pay for it outright, so once it becomes available to ship, I have to pay the remaining balance. When that time comes, they do not allow you to use your rewards points. And I find that to be absolutely ridiculous. Like they're right there. When you go to pay the remaining balance, you can change what card you're using, you can change your payment method, and when you apply points on the order, it's on the same screen. So like why they don't let you do that? And it's literally like in the policy. Like they don't let you, it's not that they don't physically have the ability of letting you do it. It's in their policy, which I find just baffling. It's like why would you not like the points are right there. Like if like why can't I use them on any remaining balance I have? Like what difference does it make? The points are going to be applied. Like and because you made the point where like it's probably just a way for them to make you buy more stuff, you know. But it's like I'm gonna buy more stuff anyway. Everyone's gonna buy more stuff, you know. Like
Sure.
it just bothers me because I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. By the time this comes out, because this 2-pack's like $500, so I was like, I'll probably have a couple $100 worth of rewards points, so I could get this thing for pretty cheap.
Hmm.
And then I look at the policy and it's like, oh well, that idea's gone. Like, but either way.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
happy.
I
I'm happy about the figures regardless.
yeah. It's funny. I was going to tell you, I saw earlier and I got busy doing something else, but I got a Walmart ad on Facebook about the McFarlane the McFarlane line of Justice League figures going up for pre-sale.
Oh yeah.
And so I hopped over there and I added them all to the cart, and then the kid needed something, so I didn't complete my checkout. Or I think I had to go through each ad and click on because you couldn't actually find them on their site, and so I actually never ended up finishing the checkout. I was going to look at them a little bit and decide if I really wanted to drop $100 on the set or whatnot. Plus,
Right.
I couldn't find the Wonder Woman figure. I wasn't sure if they even made one or if it was just part of if you were supposed to use the current McFarlane Wonder Woman in it.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I didn't see when I found like that link to all those, they didn't have Wonder Woman in there.
yeah. So when you mentioned these figures, I just went over to Walmart to see. Like I was like, well, maybe I should check it out and see if I want to finish that checkout. It says they're now out of stock.
That quick.
Like,
Jesus.
immediate sellout almost. I mean, less than a day, less than 8 hours. I mean, it's only been probably 5 or 6 hours since I saw that, and it says that they're all out of stock now. It's
Well, see,
crazy.
and that's what I was kind of worried about with this one, with because Nightmare Batman is a very popular figure. Like right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
he's like $1,200, so the BVS version. And so like new in box, that thing sells like crazy right now. It's pretty much because everybody realized after the fact that it was such a great figure, and so now it's most of the time a lot of hot toys they'll be a couple $100 over what they retail for initially, but Nightmare Batman's like 4 times as expensive as he was at launch, if not more. Like, it's
Mhm.
kind of insane. But I was worried about, because you brought up a good point, because I was like, $500 is a lot of money just to like drop. That's why I didn't drop it. I just paid like the $50 deposit on it. I'll worry about coming up with the rest of the money when the time comes in a year.
Sure.
But due to the thing's popularity, because like you've made a good point where it's like, because I was worried about the FOMO, and like you said, like, well, you're probably gonna have quite. It's on pre-order right now. It's not gonna come out for another year, so they'll probably have, they don't have their inventory, their production numbers like set right now. They're probably gonna have it run with essentially a no inventory projection right now, and then they're gonna use the pre-orders that come in the next couple months to base what their production number is actually gonna be. Because they'll probably make 100 more than pre-orders, or 500 more than whatever, right? But I was worried because this thing is so popular that, like, if they get a ton of orders, like, they might just cap production. Like, maybe they already have a production cap on it. You know what I mean? Like, you never know.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's what I was worried about, because it's like, if they only planned on making, like, in their budget, right? Like, what if, like, just for parts, materials, labor, etc., to get it all done before, by the release window they currently have, they might have a ceiling. Like, they might already say, like, maximum amount we're gonna make is X number. But
Yeah.
if the pre-orders get to that much due to the thing's popularity, like, you could just be SOL before the thing even comes out of pre-order status. That's what I was worried about. So I
No,
was
you're
like,
exactly right.
you know what I mean? Like,
No, that's a good point.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it
mean,
would be very likely, but you never know. Like,
that's true.
especially on something that is like, with the future of the DCEU being kind of in question from like hot toy standpoint, like, because
Mhm.
I was watching Justin, from Justin's collection. He brought up a good point about this as well. Well, because he was looking at the Superman head sculpt, and they're for the paint app is going to be a little bit different than it was before, and that's what I was pointing out to you, because even on the pictures it looks different. But they did not change the actual head sculpt itself, because the hair is still over to the left, which is inaccurate to Henry Cavill's actual Superman. It goes over to the right. So like, his point behind that was like, with the DC movies kind of being in question, did Hot Toys want to put in the additional time and labor and all this stuff to even make a new head sculpt? Because like, how many more? They probably don't know how many more Henry Cavill Superman figures are going to be a thing, because he might not even be Superman anymore. Like, they just don't know. So it's
So
like, why would they go through all the effort of making a new head sculpt altogether to fix the hair if this is the final Henry Cavill Superman figure they ever make? Because it very well could be. Like,
I understand that. Here's the one thing that, from my point of view, like, if these are just straight reissues and they're using the same sculpts, then there's no reason that the ship date is September of 2022. There's no reason that the ship date is 18 months out. If they're just reusing the sculpts they have with recolored costumes and maybe a minor change here or there, then that should be something they should be able to put in production, have out to the public much sooner than that. And from a company standpoint, they would want to do that. They want to get that revenue in quicker. They don't want to wait 18 months for people to start paying these things off, or they don't even want to wait 10 months for the payment plans to start kicking in.
well, especially now that
So
Snyder Cut's like hot right now. This is when,
exactly.
they would want
Exactly.
people to
So
be interested in them.
because it's so far off, I wonder if we won't see an Iron Man situation where they change the Cavill head sculpt, and if they don't do slight tweaks, even more tweaks, if they're not allowing themselves some time, if they wanted to get this out there and get pre-orders up just because they knew it was hot now and they wanted people to know it was coming, but like, we may see in 6 months that, oh, here, because it says, of course it says, like, all their figures that the prototypes are being shown. These
Yeah,
aren't the
subject to change, yeah.
exactly. So, I think it's possible that that we will see these kind of altered a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I hope so too, because like there's a couple things with the Superman one. Like I'd like to see the. I don't really care about the hair part of it, but I guess I would like it to be more accurate.
Hmm.
Because even when I looked at it's definitely a different paint job than the one that's on the Justice League one that's available now. Because this one looks more like Henry Cavill, despite it being the same head sculpt. The paint job looks better. It's very subtle, but when I look at pictures of the other one, the resemblance is not as uncanny to me as this one is. I don't know why. Because like they look, I mean, they're pretty positive they're the exact same head sculpt, but the paint's got to be completely different because like it looks a lot better than the other one. I
Hmm.
could be absolutely crazy though, like I don't know, but there's minor inconsistencies. Like the boots are supposed to be have a little bit more gray, and then same with the cape. They're supposed to be a little bit grayer than they are because right now they're pretty much just like the same like jet black color, but they are
Yeah.
supposed to be a little bit more gray. So like that's the only thing that like I hope is just a prototype thing, and then by the time the real one comes out, those lighter grays will actually be in there. But I will say, John, this might interest you because you have the Justice League one, right? Or do you have the Man of Steel one?
No, I've got Man of Steel. I
Well,
had to. Yeah, I love that movie so much. I had to buy that one.
yeah. What do you have Jor-El?
No,
Dude, you should
I'd
get
like to get
him.
Jor-El and Zod, but
Yeah, if I could get Zod, I would get Jor-El. But like O'Smiley's here has Jor-El, dude. He's only like
do they?
$220. Yeah. Like
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I think he was even on Amazon I just saw earlier for like $200. Dude,
Hmm.
Ben Kingsley's Mandarin is like less than $200, by the way, if you're interested.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw it on Amazon. And then on that site I sent you earlier, 1/6 kit, I think they had him for 185. So it's a cool looking figure. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
it ain't the real Mandarin, but it's still cool looking.
Yeah,
But
that's
this,
actually a good. That's a good like that movie gets some shit. But I actually just watched it the other night when I was doing some stuff, and that's a good movie. I like that movie.
I hate that movie so much.
Really?
Yeah, that's my. Remember when we did our MCU rankings? That was the worst movie to me. It still is to this day. I hate that movie. There's just so many things about it I don't like, and it's not the Mandarin stuff. I don't care about that. I didn't think freaking Fin Fang Foom was going to be showing up like all these other people like were so disappointed by the Mandarin thing. I was just like, I I didn't know that they were going to drastically say this is like some Trevor dude, but I figured it was going to be a huge departure from what the Mandarin is because just the MCU wasn't being like they weren't at the stage in their life where they had, dragons and shit like that coming in yet. So I didn't think Mandarin would be real Mandarin-y like he was in the comics. Not to
Yeah.
say they would have had to have had Fin Fang Foom with him, but I don't know. That's not what bothered me. The Extremis stuff was just poorly done. Pepper Potts, if you guys don't remember, has had superpowers this whole goddamn time, but she doesn't.
Never use them.
Yeah, like she doesn't. Like so like that's
Hmm.
stupid. All the suits were supposed to be destroyed and all this stuff, and then come Age of Ultron, he's not done being Iron Man. That movie has so many inconsistencies with the overall MCU, and then
Hmm.
it was just kind of poorly executed, like from the extremist standpoint more than anything. Like Guy Pearce's like villain was just like such a mustache twirly vision or villain. It just bothered me. I don't know
Hmm.
why. It's kind of boring, and then like it just didn't. What really bummed me out though, because I think this is what I told you um during our like listing for it is go and watch the trailers for Iron Man 3 because they are phenomenal. Like
Hmm.
me and Rick literally were like saying like this is going to be the Dark Knight of the MCU, dude. This movie is gonna be the shit. And then
Hmm.
we watched the movie and we're gravely disappointed. I never understand why Iron Man 2 gets as much shit as it does because that movie is infinitely better than Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Like, I
No, I
don't know.
agree.
It doesn't bother me that bad.
I just thought, I watched it the other night. I remember just kind of thinking it was, whatever. And I watched it the other night. I actually really liked it. So,
Yeah. It's not all bad. It's just my least favorite.
hmm
Like it's the worst one to me, but it's not like a dumpster fire of a movie. It's just not one of their best days in the office.
yeah.
You know. Oh yeah, but yeah, this Superman though is not only the first black suit Superman, he's the first Superman to come with a wire cape.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he's
I
got that
need,
going for him.
I need, yeah, I need more. I need to do something about my Man of Steel. I was just looking at that tonight. It's got that cape in there that it just kind of, I've got him in a flying pose, but the cape isn't doing anything. It's just laying all against the figure, so it
Yeah.
doesn't quite look right. It looked
You
better definitely with a wired cape.
I'm sure you could find somewhere that has a replacement cape for him. Because that
Yeah.
site, 1/6 Kit, they made a new coat for Nightmare Batman that's a different material, so it doesn't. Because this is like that pleather material, so it like cracks over time. They
hmm
didn't have it in stock right now, but I'm hoping they do a reissue once this comes out. Because I'll probably end up buying that coat for the Nightmare Batman.
Okay.
So that I'm sure you can find one somewhere. Because
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain Justin, on his Superman, his Justice League one, he bought a red cape from somewhere that had a wire in it. I think. I watched him talk about that because I remember watching one of his Superman reviews and he explained how he replaced the cape. Because there's like a little hook in there where it clips in on his shoulders. So all he had to
hmm
do was like just like tie it in there or whatever, do something with it.
Okay.
Well, what did you think about Falcon and Winter Soldier then? We can touch on that real quick.
Yeah, I thought that was great too. I mean, that was, they for anybody that was missing the action component from WandaVision, if they felt that was lacking in the MCU action, they definitely ramped that up with this show. I mean, the entire first 15 minutes was a giant action piece, which
Yeah.
was
And
really
it
cool.
looked
I love
really
the
good.
It did look really good, and I love the way they used the Falcon, suit and the abilities like to do different things, like propel a guy into a shipping crate and
Yeah.
knock him out and stuff. Just some of the stuff he did was really cool. So I thought that was a great scene.
And his little
Um,
drone that was pretty cool too.
yeah, Red
Like this,
Wing.
yeah, Red Wing.
Yeah,
They
Red
had
Wing
that
was
thing doing some
awesome.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, I loved it. I thought, it was great. I love the Bucky stuff, like
Oh
Bucky
yeah.
trying to, because I mean, he has a line in there about I went from like one fight to another for the last 90 years. He said, I got a moment of peace in Wakanda and that was it. And
Mm-hmm.
like I like the idea. Like this is the first time since everything that there's ever been like a moment of calm for him. And he's trying to figure out where he fits in the world now, much like Steve had to do, but obviously little different scenario. So
Yeah, Steve wasn't forced to kill thousands of people in the last 100
yeah,
years. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Bucky is one of my favorite characters in the MCU altogether. So that's why, for the longest time, this was my most anticipated show. Was just because of Bucky.
hmm
So, I hope they keep. I hope I know. My only fear was that he's the second name on this title card, and Steve gave the shield to Falcon. So like Falcon's cool and all, but I was worried that Winter Soldier was gonna take a significant back seat in the series because they kind of set it up to be a Falcon thing, like primarily, and Winter Soldier's just kind of there by virtue of Captain America and Falcon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still too early to tell, really, but it seemed like in the first episode, like they really did kind of split the screen time for the most part.
Yep.
So, and it is and the Winter Soldier, so I'm hoping it stays that way because like Falcon's cool, but Winter Soldier is like my guy. He's the one I'm actually like invested in and interested in more so than Falcon, you know. And I
How
like all the stuff that like the therapy stuff was great, and like
Yeah.
the kid and the old man he was with, and I like he
Yep.
was someone that he
Trying
was trying to do the amends thing with, but
trying to
just
make amends, yeah.
yeah. And I liked that whole bit too with like the 3 rules, and he's like when he's like talking to therapists and they're showing like what he was doing to the judge or whatever. Like I thought that was funny. Like
Sure.
that was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping they. It seems like they will. But I'm hoping they like keep that part of it up, like the therapy stuff and like all that stuff. The letting you in like a peek behind the curtain of the who they are behind, you know, the battlefield kind of thing, which is one of the
Mhm.
good things these shows can kind of do. They can spend so much more time with the characters, kind of like Justice League.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Justice League and people being old too, that line from um Flash when they were digging up Superman, and he's like, "Wonder Woman, you think she's into younger guys?" And Cyborg's like, "She's like 5,000 years
5,000.
old. Everybody's a younger guy." Like that was
Yeah.
actually a good line. That was funny. Like
That was a really good line.
that was good.
Um, yeah, the one thing, how many episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier is what, supposed to be 6 episodes?
Yeah, I don't think it's been 100% confirmed, but they said Feige said it was 3 2-hour movies, so everyone's working on the assumption it's 6 episodes. But I don't
Oh,
think
he
it's
said
actually
3
been
2-hour
confirmed.
movies?
Yeah. That's where like everyone got 6 episodes from.
I've gotta find that quote then, because I thought he said that it was supposed to be like an MCU movie, just broken up. I didn't hear 3 2-hour movies.
Yeah, that's from what
I gotta find
from
that
what I
quote 'cause,
understand. I'll see if I can find it.
Falcon Winter. Uh,
How many episodes? 6 episodes. 6 1-hour long episodes as of March 10th.
yeah. 'Cause I remember him saying, I remember the quote at the Disney investor whatever thing that they did, and he said, Disney Investor Day. He said that it was going to be it was going to be like a MCU movie instead of a series just broken up.
Well, as of
Yep.
this article, it just came out a week ago on Collider. Are saying 6 1-hour episodes,
Okay.
which would so we still get 6 episodes at that point.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, what am I thinking? 3 2-hour movies, Falcon and Winter Soldier. See if it comes up.
Okay, so here's the quote. It's I can send you this link if you want. It's from the Investors Day. He says, Falcon and Winter Soldier is a cinematic experience. It's an MCU movie that takes place over 6 episodes. That's the direct quote from him at the Disney Investors Day.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm thinking he said this in an offshoot interview. Like, you know, like a red carpet premiere kind of thing. And
Okay.
someone's just like hammering him with questions. He's like, that's just like the quick answer he gave. I feel like that's where I'm remembering the quote from. Just like a stupid offhand comment interview like that. Because either way, it would make sense. Like 6 episodes, they're all about an hour long. 3 2-hour
Yeah.
movies is the same concept. Either way, you get 6 episodes out of it, right?
Yeah, there's the link with the timestamp of when he says it. But anyway, regardless, the reason I bring that up is because I was surprised that in the first episode we still don't have Falcon and Winter Soldier together yet, because they promoted the entire series, and the whole series, like all the promotion for it, seemed to be like a
Yeah.
buddy cop, situation going on with them. So
I
I
think
was
though
surprised.
the Falcon getting done dirty at the end is the
Oh man,
catalyst that brings them together. Because like I actually heard someone else saying the same thing. It's like their biggest disappointment with the episode was just that it's called Falcon Winter Soldier, and in the first episode they weren't even on screen together. And I was like, in my mind though, I was like, well, they were setting it up though, and they explained why. Like Bucky's been doing this thing in therapy, he's been dodging Sam's calls and texts, and then Sam has been doing freaking contract work with the government, and now he's trying to, you know, get his sister and all their loan situations sorted out, their house and their business and whatnot. So it's like they'll meet back up, like they're good, they'll get together, but pretty sure the whole point of them making this publicized, announcement on national television that there's this new Captain America. Pretty sure Bucky's gonna end up seeing that on the news, and just like Sam did, and they're gonna maybe Bucky calls him up, just like, "Why did you give it to him?" Like,
yeah,
like, why would you give that to them to begin with, kind of thing.
yeah.
Like,
I
and then,
love the stuff with Rhodes too, like
yeah,
telling
that
him
was
like,
nice seeing him. Yeah,
yeah, that was cool. I hope we get more of War Machine, obviously coming up too.
yeah. I don't know how much more he's gonna actually be in it, just because like I could see him showing back up. I don't. Here's the question, right? Is he gonna show up as War Machine, or is he gonna show up as Rhodey?
Yeah,
Because like, does he come in, like, do we not see him again, but then he comes in and helps at the end with, like, the War Machine suit on? Or is, like, we just gonna see him a couple more times as Rhodey and kinda set up what he's doing in the Armor Wars show or something?
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
I don't know which it could be a little bit of both maybe, because again, it's Falcon and Winter Soldier, so, like, I don't know where Rhodey would come into it as War Machine without it then just kind of being like a mini Avengers movie. But I mean, they can still
hmm,
do that. It is the MCU. So, but it was nice to see him because of Falcon and Rhodey's history. I mean, like Falcon's technically speaking the reason he's paralyzed right now. I mean,
yeah.
if you want to be technical, I guess it was well,
Vision.
no. Technically, it was Sam's fault. Physically, it was Vision's fault because he shot the beam. But it was supposed to hit Sam's thruster, so
Yeah,
technically,
yeah,
him
I don't
dodging
know
it
that
is the
that's
point.
Sam's fault. He just dodged it. That's like somebody shoots a gun and I dodge it. The person that gets hit behind me, it's not my fault they got hit.
This is true, but had it hit the intended person's thruster, it
Sure.
wouldn't have hit, either way. That's semantics, so
Yeah.
regardless, the dude got paralyzed and Sam was there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was nice to see him, like, I don't know, like, they made amends, obviously. Like, that was, like,
Hmm.
nice to see. But it was good, though. I was like the runtime definitely was the best part for me, I gotta say. I love the
Yeah.
fact that it was, like, I felt like I was, just watching something that was the appropriate length, didn't get cut off
Hmm.
too early, you know? But I definitely like the Winter Soldier stuff the most, 100%.
Yeah.
Even I like the stuff with Sam too. It's interest. Winter Soldier is more of an interesting character. It's really nothing bad against Falcon in any way because I actually like what they're doing with him too a lot. Like I think it's
Hmm.
cool. But what do you think about this Flag Smasher person? This one that has powers all of a sudden. And do you
Yeah. I don't
think
know.
do you think this U.S. agent fella is going to be a super soldier? What do you think's the deal with him? You think he's going to be an actual bad guy?
Oh, U.S. agent. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I know of the character. I don't know the character from the shows, or from the comics, so
Me
I
either.
don't, I don't have any clue how they're going to play him. I assume he's going to be some sort of foil to Sam and Bucky, just because he's going to be at odds with them naturally because he's got the shield, and that was not Sam's intention. Sam's intention was for the shield to not go on. It was, to be left
To the
alone, like
museum, yeah.
that, to be retired basically with the Captain America mantle, that nobody take it up. So yeah, I think that clearly they're going to be at odds with each other. I mean, we know they get the shield at some point because it's been all over the previews with them with the
Yeah,
shield thrown into the
true.
tree and stuff. So I how they get that. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if they're gonna go the because like they could turn him into being like an actual villainous character, and they could also like just make him be like he's just a normal guy and he's just trying to do his job, like he could just be another soldier and the government appointed him like you're gonna be the new Captain America, and it's just some gung ho fellow who's just like, alrighty,
Yeah.
we'll do it. He could just be someone who is trying to do everything right, but just isn't Captain America, right? Like,
Hmm.
just not quite the same. Or they could go the route of him being kind of like some like Punisher style kind of guy, So like he's Captain America, but he's like a fascist kind of thing, like a fucking,
Hmm.
like bad in that level. Because then he's not really like bad. He just doesn't go about things like, in a more kind of like how your gripe with Ben's Batman, like that kind of thing. Like not
Yeah.
exactly what you would picture Captain America doing, but like, maybe he's
Sure.
doing that. I didn't expect any of these Flag Smasher people to have powers though, so that was kind of surprising. And then, oh yeah, they apparently I missed this in the show, but apparently they name dropped like I forget the name, it was like Isaiah Thomas or something, or Isaiah something, and apparently he was a an African American gentleman who got the
Super
super
soldier
soldier.
serum
Yeah, yeah,
first. Yes.
yeah.
So it's going to be real interesting to see if this gets brought in too. He is, there's
I didn't know about this.
a young hero that, there's a group of Avengers called the Young Avengers in the
Yeah.
comics, and Wiccan and Speed, who just showed up in the WandaVision series, Scarlet Witch's two sons, are on this team, and they're on the team with Isaiah. What was his last name?
I thought they said Thomas, but I might be.
Isaiah Thomas. I think that's right. They were on the team with Isaiah Thomas's grandson, who is oh god, my brain doesn't work anymore. He's oh man, that's gonna drive me nuts. Anyway, he's one of the Young Avengers. I'm gonna have to look him up. Anyway, but yeah, he's Isaiah's grandson, and he has powers too because Isaiah had powers.
Hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. Basically, I'm going, yes, they name dropped the original Captain America because the story is that the U.S. government
Like
tested
buried
this.
it.
Yeah, they used African American, black people to test the stuff on before they started giving it to their, white soldiers. As the government, kind of did. The Henrietta Lacks, there was a entire book about how the government ran tests on
Oh yeah.
poor African American communities before, putting them out into the. So it's not like there isn't a precedent that the stories aren't
Yeah,
based off of.
made them go work in the radioactive zones and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. So they anyway, they tested on the black soil, and Isaiah Thomas was he was one that it worked on. He actually was the first Captain America before Steve Rogers got. got put through the program.
Yeah, so I was curious. I'm wondering where that's going to end up going because I missed it in the show. I saw people talking about this after the fact,
Mhm.
and then but yeah, I didn't expect any of the Flag Smashers to have any powers, so that kind of came out of nowhere.
His grandson's name is Patriot. It's just
Oh, and then the
so
Torres dude, that that army guy that Falcon was talking to, who tried
yeah.
to go up. This was stupid too. When he confronts the Flag Smasher dude who he just saw kick somebody 30 feet, he goes up
Yeah.
within striking distance. It's like, say, hey man, you're under arrest. It's like you
Yeah.
got a gun, dude. Why would you? That was stupid.
Yeah, that was kind of silly. Yeah.
But apparently that guy. Oh my god, I got a piece of a. I can't say it. I was gonna say I got a nut stuck in my throat because I'm eating nuts and like I know, haha, yes. But that's what was happening. But that dude apparently becomes Falcon in the comics when Falcon becomes Winter Soldier, or not Winter Soldier, when he becomes Captain America. Apparently that Torres dude in the comics takes on the Falcon stuff,
Okay.
which I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that either. Yeah, I mean, I know a fair deal about the Marvel universe. I try and keep up with the big event comics that they do every year or every. It seems like anymore. It's almost every 6 months they have a new event
Yeah.
comic. But I don't know them the way I know the DC stuff. I mean, I've been collecting Batman, Superman comics, and Green Lantern and Wonder Woman for 20 plus years now, and shoot, it's probably been 30, it's close to 30 years now. So um I don't I know, obviously I know the DC a lot more. The Marvel stuff, I go through spurts where I'll start picking up, like I'll pick up I went through a spurt in the 90s when I first started collecting. I was collecting X-Men religiously for a long time in the 90s, and then I kind of got away from them, and I've done Spider-Man off and on, I've done Avengers off and on. I've done Cap. I did Cap because I did Brubaker's run with the death of Captain America and Bucky coming back. But I've never done Iron Man. I've never picked up Iron Man. I've never really picked up Hulk on the consistent basis.
Yeah, when it came to the comics, I stuck with DC mostly myself.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
All right. Well, while we were talking, I lied. The Justice League figures, and this frustrates me. The one I wanted, well, the one I wanted the most, the McFarlane line, was the Superman one, and that one is still up. You can still pre-order that. But the other one I wanted was the Darkseid figure, and the Darkseid figure is the one that's sold out. I did find the other ones, they're not actually completely sold out yet. So they've got Steppenwolf, Superman, Batman, Cyborg, Flash, and I can't find the Aquaman one. There was an Aquaman one too, but I can't find where that one is. But I went ahead and pre-ordered the Superman, the Steppenwolf. And then I also pre-ordered, or I didn't pre-order, I also ordered the Captain Marvel Deluxe Hot Toy because they had the 10% off. Yeah, they had 10% off, and I she was cool in game, and she's not, the hair isn't exact match for in game, but they've got her with her helmet, which I think matches what it was in game. So I feel like that's, I can, if I want to recreate an in-game look or whatever, I can just put the helmet on her and go with that. Actually, she didn't wear the helmet at the end of in-game, did she? She didn't have a mask on, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think she did.
You're right, she didn't.
Mm-mm.
But
Who
she
cares?
was, yeah, she, in the beginning of in-game, she still had the same look that this is, so
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, it still definitely works. Check out the what I got here. We can play some WoW too. Did you
Let me get
already
back
get your
over.
subscription and everything set up for that?
Did I get what?
Your subscription set up and everything for WoW?
No, God, no. No,
Okay.
I spent all day putting together the rest of my bestas and getting them put up and secured and fastened to the wall and everything. So,
Hmm.
um, no, I haven't got a chance to do anything really. What do you
Well,
have?
you got the stream up?
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, sweet. It came. That was pretty quick.
That's what she said. Yeah, it's been right here behind me the whole time.
That's awesome. Oh, there
Yeah,
he is. Yep.
been
What do you think? What are you? Because this is the sideshow version, right?
this is the sideshow, not Hot Toys version. So it's not the only real difference. I mean, there's some difference with the attachments. He's a little bit more weathered looking, which I like more personally than the Hot Toys one. But there's no die cast. So that's the biggest difference. So he's just all plastic.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks really good. Like he's it's gonna be hard to showcase everything that opens up without, like, once I do the review and have him out on the table, it'll be a lot easier to see. But like his leg here can fully retract up in. So
That's
it just
cool.
kind of goes up in there, and like
Sure, he can go
he has
to the
functional
two-way, yeah.
wheels.
Oh, that's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so this comes out, and these have like hinges on them, so like they're articulated, so you can kind of pose them. Same with this one. Then like this pops out. I get in frame, so like that comes out here and just like pops
Yep. Yep.
in. Then like this thing opens up, and there's like a little hole in there for like one of the attachments to go in. But then this one opens up, and the little radar thing comes out. And he's got a lot of little things. That's what she said. But then like this one is where like Luke's lightsaber would go. So you like push it in and then push it to the side, and then like the lightsaber kind of sticks down up in the hole. And then the other cool thing is like, well, actually, there's a lot of cool things really. So like this will like open up here. Then these doors also open like up right here. Like these side panels open, and you can stick more attachments onto it, because he did. I'll open the box here in a minute and show you. He came with a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, he came with the whole Jabba serving
Yeah,
set, right?
he comes with that. Like these little arms on the front also can like open up. Then if you unscrew his head here, so you just like twist it to the left, and it'll move independently. So like there's two like hinges here. If you hold, like, you can turn his head any way you want, but then if you turn just this part, it pops off.
Okay.
And then pop him back
Oh,
in, and he lights up.
nice.
And I don't know, like, if this is like on like a sequence or something, because like it lights up every once in a while, then like it doesn't light up. Kind of weird. Like it doesn't just stay statically on. Not quite sure why, but like all those lights are. Then they got the one in the back too.
Oh, that's cool. That looks great.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Then he looks really good in the shelf too, like just sitting there. Like he actually looks. Oh, like see that, like that light just lit up now too. The little like spotlight thing here.
The projector.
Yeah.
How does he scale in comparison? Does he look like he fits right next to
Yeah.
like Obi-Wan and Vader and everybody?
Yeah. I don't know about Obi-Wan because I don't have the motherfucker yet. But
Qui-Gon.
yeah. No, he looks to scale with everything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, he looks perfect on the shelf with them. Which was the only thing, like, I wasn't like worried about it. I kind of assumed it would at least look pretty much how it should.
Mm.
But yeah, you'd be a fool not to worry a little bit about buying a different brand of something and not worrying about how it would scale up. But then it also came with the hologram table. And it just turns on by pressing down on this little lever part. And it
Well,
just
that's
turns
cool.
it on and off.
It's a clever
then-
way to do that.
Yeah, and this just comes out. The other kind of cool thing, well, I guess it was not really like cool, but a little handy thing they did. I'll have to get this out so I can show you. One, it has like an art box, so it has the art print thing there.
Oh, that's nice. I always like when they do a little bit more with the package than just like, oh, here's a plastic sleeve with the figure, and that's it.
Yeah, and I mean they even put on the side, they have like a print on there, like the side of him everywhere on it. But then yeah, he came with like all this stuff. So like, he came with a solid amount of stuff.
Wow.
I already have the table out. Obviously, like the bigger sections here is all for the bar. Then the shot glasses takes up the most. Like so, pretty much the bar setup is like almost everything you see here. But he does have like the one bigger arm that has like a bunch of shit on it, like right here. And then he's got the three smaller arms that can kind of all stick into places on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Luke's lightsaber. But the kind of like, again, I don't know what the word I'm looking for here because it's not like cool. It's, I guess, like neat thing they did. Intuitive thing they did, I guess, is a good word. Maybe it's cool. I don't know. But they made the lightsaber, they magnetized it. So you can actually use the lightsaber to like pick up things on, like to open up the compartments.
Well, that's cool.
So like yeah, there's like certain things that like you can use this thing just to help you get into
So it
some
doubles
things.
as kind of like a tool to use to manipulate the figure, but it's also like just a prop too. That
Yeah, because then elsewise, which one is it? Right here. You can just pop this down on the side of here. And then you got the lightsaber just sticking in there.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
and
cool.
the only weird thing is like it shows like on the thing, oh, use the lightsaber to open up all these compartments. But it's like it seems like it only wants to lift this top one. So like I don't know. I haven't been able to I haven't messed with it too much, but um but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very cool.
It is nice though. I do like it a lot.
Did you look at? Did you end up getting that other one that you were thinking about because you got that?
Did I did. It doesn't come
Cool.
out for till, like May or June though.
Oh, it's pre-order. Okay.
Yeah. But it's gonna be soon, but yeah, and here's like this arm thing. Everything this is like real tubing.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I don't
Yeah.
know. As like I said, like before though, like with like the Hot Toys one, like coming with all the like every arm that's ever came out of R2D2, the Hot Toys one comes with. And like this one only comes with like a couple of these like little like, you know, it comes with 3 arms like this, right? And that's pretty much it in that big one. But like what do you need all these for? Everyone's just gonna have R2 sitting in there in the most basic bitch R2 form like this. Like
Nobody's gonna have him. Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
gonna have him. You're either what are the classic R2 scenes? You're gonna have him either projecting the Leia,
Yep.
hologram, or you're gonna have him sitting next to accompanying Luke or one of the other characters which you may have coming. like you're not gonna. Maybe if you had a Yoda, maybe you would have him like shocking Yoda, but you've got that hand. I don't know. Maybe somebody's got him in, setting one of the big battle droids on fire. I don't know, but I just I don't see that being a popular pose for
Yeah.
R2. I think classic R2 is yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. Like literally, I'm gonna get C-3PO in, and like I'm just gonna have C-3PO standing next to him with the hand on his head, C-3PO's hand on his head, like always. Like that's just the classic C-3PO R2D2 pose, just them both standing there. And I'm just gonna have this table just sitting off next to him, just because where else am I gonna put it? Like, you know what I mean? But I did figure this out though. It does open every door there. It's just only like specific spots. So,
Okay.
like right there, it opened it, and there, like, so like it'll open this one, that one. You just gotta like find the right spot for it, but it did open.
That's a great feature. That's
Yeah,
like it wouldn't sell me on it, but that's one of those things when you get the figure and you open it up, you're like, "Oh man, this is really cool."
yeah, it's pretty nice because like they are like, I mean these things sit flush, so like it's pretty annoying to try to like. It's possible, but like I mean I just did it, but it's definitely pretty handy just to be able to whip it open like that. Like absolutely. So the only thing, yeah, and seeing here, I found the magnet on these little blue arms too.
Oh, cool.
So there, got them both out. So the whole thing is completely magnetized for all the arm parts. That's really nice.
Yep.
Definitely makes things easier. But yeah, it's really cool. I was quite impressed with it, mainly just because like mainly with the older ones, like I was never been super impressed, especially with the head sculpts from Sideshow figures. And
Yeah.
like so I was kind of worried just because I didn't know what to expect. And granted, this is mainly with a lot of their like older figures. Like if you look at a lot of the older Star Wars figures from Sideshow, like dude, the head sculpts on them are like terrible, but even like the costumes like were pretty iffy. Like they just weren't like super. They weren't Hot Toys. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
pretty much the best way of putting it. Like they were okay, but they weren't Hot Toys. And so I was kind of worried on that front, just because I didn't know what to expect with the Sideshow R2D2, whether or not it was going to be, I don't know, like if it would look good with the Hot Toys. Like scale aside, just like is the quality going to be as good? You know,
Yeah.
that was my main worry. It's like in my experience, it's like it's kind of hard to say. Like Sideshow does a lot of things like pretty damn well, but then there's other things that could be a little iffy. But
Uh-huh.
happy to report though, like I was actually like very impressed with the quality of this thing. Like I think the paint job, like I said, like from the pictures, if you compare, and I think I looked at this on stream last week. If you compare them, like the Hot Toys one is like super clean and has like almost no weathering or anything on it, and this R2 like looks lived in,
Mm-hmm.
and like I really like that. I think it looks a lot better. Oh, right side? What the hell am I doing here? There we go. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and the C-3PO. I'm hoping I feel the same way with because I was looking at the pictures of it, and the Sideshow C-3PO, at least by the pictures, looks really fucking good. So, and it was kind of thing where for both of them, I was able to get. I had like the coupons. Like I entered a couple like for anybody out there just to pay attention to this stuff in the future on Sideshow's site when they have like drawings like raffles and stuff. When you enter them, a lot of times they'll give you like a promo code, and they had
Yeah.
a bunch of these raffles going on just in the last week or so because they've been doing the birthday thing. But I think these ones in particular may have been separate from the birthday thing. I don't know. But I entered a bunch of these raffles, and then I got $25 off of select items, and that's the only caveat. It's $25 off of select items. But R2D2 and C3PO were both on that list, and they also qualify for free shipping. So you really essentially got to save, like, I don't know, upwards of $50 on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that's not bad.
Yeah, so I initially just got the R2, but then because I don't think C3PO was on the list when I first looked, it was just R2. But then the next day I did another one of these drawing things and got, oh yeah, the other downside was these coupons or these $25 off things, they had to be used within 72 hours. So it was pretty much like you got to make your mind up pretty damn quick if you're going to do it. But the first time I looked, R2 was on there. And then like the next day or maybe 2 days later, I did another one and then looked on the list based off the email I got with this code. And sure enough, C3PO was there. And I was like, well, God damn it. Like, it's like they planned it. It's like 2 days later, they put C3PO on the list, and they only had R2 on the first list because they knew people would buy one and then see the next one has. I guarantee that's what they did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Nevertheless, though, because like I told you before, like, yeah, I primarily wanted to just collect Clone Wars stuff and like focus on that. But at some point, I wanted to get like I want to have one of every classic figure. You know what I mean? Like I want a Han, I want a Luke, I want a Leia, I want a Lando. I want at least one of every one of these classic characters, even if it's not the ones I'm trying to focus on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get, that's the thing, dude. When you come across any sort of discount or deal on a hot toy or a 6-scale figure in general, it's hard to pass up because you're never gonna. Those deals don't happen very often. You never get a chance to save money on a collectible like that. You know.
That's very good. Well, and the case in point, why I just bought that. Why I just bought that Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's not at the top of my wish list by any stretch, but it's also, I mean, she's one of the Marvel characters. I like having the Marvel. I do collect the Marvel ones to a certain degree, and so I thought, well, this is an opportunity for me to get one because it was free shipping too. It was, they had the discount plus free shipping. And I just thought, I'm never going to get a chance to get it this cheap again, so I might as well just grab it now. And
well, that's what I was saying with that War Machine, the Punisher War Machine figure. The same way. It's like a die-cast Iron Man / War Machine style figure. Getting 10% off and free shipping. You'll never get an Iron Man style figure for even though it was only ended up being like $30 or $40 off, right? Like it's not a ton of money off, but you would never be able to find one for $350 anyway. Like it's never gonna happen. Like every Iron Man figure is like at minimum $400 or more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like even though it's like kind of a like minuscule discount, it's still like the cheapest you could ever get it. Like
yeah, exactly.
You know, so it is like they put you in a shitty position sometimes for sure. That's not all though. I got one more. And I know you said you haven't watched this show, and I did the Genos reveal last week. And after my wife, who you all just happened to see on here a little bit ago, she got me the Genos. So I obviously couldn't have Genos sitting there on the shelf all by himself. So I had to get Saitama. And here he is. And he looks great, dude. I love this thing, honestly. Like, I think it looks really good. It's got a wire cape.
Wired cape, yeah.
Yep.
That thing's awesome.
It looks really nice. And then again, like, I looked at this when we were looking at the pictures, but like, they made it like dirty, you know, like it's lived in. It's not just like this clean, and which would be a really like, this is honestly the problem with those Sideshow X-Men figures, dude. They're perfect suits, so they don't look good. Like the Cyclops, you know what I mean? And like they have that Wolverine. It's because they're just a a freaking. It's like this, like Wolverine's suit and like the Cyclops' suit is like this material kind of. That's what pretty much. It's boring like this, like in all reality. Like it's just a single color for the most part fabric suit. So like those X-Men ones are just like bright blue, no dirt or anything on it. And like I think that's why they look kind of crappy now that I'm thinking about it. Because this thing's got like dirt all over it, like on his knees, and like you can see like dirt and grime like on his like gloves a little bit. Like it's just like the weathering on it just like makes it look really good. Like I was gonna say it makes it look really clean, but like obviously I'm talking about dirtiness, so really. But it looks super good. His head looks really clean though.
Yeah.
The only thing again, like the only complaint I had with this guy is the same I had with Genos, is that they didn't come with any base. That's like
Yeah,
the
you
only.
mentioned that. You told me that was something that you were a little, I don't know, worried a bit. We're wondering how you were gonna. I mean, it looked like he was standing up there pretty well by himself.
Yeah, they stand. They both stand without any problems. It's just I like the bases.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of using bases. Like even if I don't need them, I just like using them.
sure.
But then too, I'm probably gonna buy, just like I was gonna buy an empty or a naked body for my other Darth Maul head and make a jank second Darth Maul character. I'm probably gonna do the same with Saitama now, because he came with not only an alternate outfit, like Genos came with another outfit you can put him in, but he came with a second head sculpt and hands. He came with everything you would need other than a second body to put him in an entirely different figure out of it, essentially.
Okay.
So he's really got feet, hands, his another head sculpt, and it's you'd have to see the show to really like get it, but it's there's a scene where he like took a bath and so it's like a bathrobe outfit.
Okay.
So he's got like this derpy like happy face. Like, and then he's got this like mop hair wig thing. If I'm remembering it correctly, it was like he just took a shower or some shit. It's been a while since I've watched it. But yeah, he's got this like literally this like stupid hairpiece that like goes on his head. This thing doesn't even fit on his head, man. They need to like magnetize this thing. It's just like popping right off.
Just sits there. Yeah.
Well, it like won't even. It's like Darth Maul. It's like Han Solo Darth Maul's cloak all over again. It like just literally won't stay on. I'll have to remedy this somehow, but either way, the final product ends up looking something like this. But I think it's totally worth buying one of those like $20 bodies just to stick this on, because it's just kind of a ridiculous figure,
Yeah.
like outfit wise. So I really want to put him on display. Like, it looks so stupid. Damn. That was the first time I looked at the hair. That hair not fitting on there is kind of annoying.
I wonder if you can just put some like what I bought some museum putty. I
Yeah.
wonder if you put like a little small piece of that on there, just enough to
Yeah.
make it look tacky and get it to stay on play.
Yeah, I might try that, honestly, or something. Or
Like
maybe
how
some like Scotch double-sided tape.
you just use a piece of Scotch tape folded over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it'll be covered up completely by the hair if it's small enough, and you just
Yeah.
need that slightest bit of tackiness to keep it from slipping off.
Yeah, then it's just like this little white outfit that goes with it. Nothing fancy. But yeah, if I can get one of those bodies, those 6-scale bodies for like $20, like I'll totally just you get a whole other figure out of it.
Sure.
Like, why the hell not? Especially too, like since it came with like hands and feet and everything, so like you're all set up to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was actually like kind of the same way with a sideshow one. These were my first 3-0 figures. I'm impressed with them too. They're the only thing I would say if anyone's hesitant about like 3-0 in any way is their joints. They are way more flexible than like any hot toy I have. Like 100%. Like they are like they have all the same like points of articulation, but like I can bend that dude like so easily. Like the joints are like there's no resistance, which is really my only concern is like since there's not a lot of resistance on it, that over time the joints like
Wear out.
will wear out far
Yeah.
easier. So that would be my only hesitation for anybody getting them. Like just be wary about that. But I don't know. When you just have, which is another reason why I like bases, because if you ever start to get wear and tear somewhere on like a knee joint or an ankle joint, the thing ain't gonna stand up.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I could probably find there's a lot of those sites that make like third party like bases, and they'll actually have like you could buy like a Batman one, so the bottom of the base is in the shape of a bat symbol, or like the Joker one will have like the Joker on it. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably if I did some research, might be able to find a One Punch Man third party base somewhere. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
worth looking into.
Definitely.
You want to play some WoW?
We can try. Now there was something about a referral code and not, I wasn't supposed to do something before the referral code thing kicked in, and
Yeah. Do you still have that link?
I think you dropped it in Discord, so I can go back and see.
Did I send it to you in a message or in the channel?
That's a very good question.
Here. I'm searching for it now. I think I sent it to you in the channel because I just searched our chat and it didn't show up there. What day did you get your computer in? March 1st?
Second, I think. I gotta get one of those arms for here. I've got it. Yeah, 3-2. You sent it to me. BattleNet recruit. Come join me in World of Warcraft. It was in tech.
Oh, that's why I was looking in general.
So when I click on that link, it says Bifo wants you to play, and I say create new game account and accept invitation. And then it says download the Blizzard.net app, which I've already done. I followed all these steps. So I did download the Blizzard.net app, and
Okay.
and then when I got in there, like I went to go play, and like it doesn't have me enter the code again anywhere.
Well, we'll see if it works.
All right, so I'm in the game and it's having me set up a character.
Mm-hmm.
Should I do that, or should I go over and click on subscribe now and do that first?
We probably want to subscribe now.
Okay.
See, and that's the thing that I figured you had to do the recruit a friend thing on. Because remember, I did recruit a friend with Haley, and I had to do it. Like, I had to buy the game on the link that, like, the recruit a friend thing went to. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, though. Who gives a shit? We still play.
Do I want? Do I need to buy Shadowlands?
Yeah. That's the one.
And I just want the base edition. Does any version of it like come with? So like the $80 version comes with 30 days of game time. So it comes with 1 month subscription. So that's what, $15?
Yeah.
So I'm paying $40 more, but I'm only getting $15 plus all the extra stuff. But
yeah, it would mainly be all the other stuff that comes with it.
Okay. I'm really surprised that they don't give you a what's it called? A subscription when you buy the game. Like I would think they'd give you 30 days. You're buying the game. Like you buy the game, but you can't play it. That seems
Yep. Well, they do let you play it to like a certain level for free.
okay.
At least they used to. What level 1s do I have here? I guess I'll just play this warlock.
I really wish. So give me just a second. I'm gonna check and see if they have. There's some sort of.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Do you need me for anything real quick?
No, take your time.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for something real quick.
Okay, I'm just gonna run to the restroom. Yo. Still there?
Yeah. So effing confused, man.
What are you
All
confused
right.
about?
So when I click on your link, it takes me to I click on your link. It takes me back to a battle.net webpage. And it says Bifo wants to play. Your friend wants to play World of Warcraft with you. Connect your accounts and enjoy friend-to-friend summoning and bonus experience as you learn the ins and outs of being a hero in Azeroth. Band together to face deadly dragons, discover mystical artifacts, or simply explore the world in search of a nice, quiet spot to fish before your next adventure. Get started with a Blizzard account. Your eligible game accounts. WoW 2 US is the one that's selected. There's a grayed out version that says WoW 1 US, and then under that it says this account is ineligible. And then
Yeah.
under that it says create a new game account.
Yeah, so you can either do the one that's eligible then, or make a new one. Doesn't matter.
So when I click on the WoW 2, I click accept your invitation.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says Azeroth awaits you, champion. Download Blizzard app. Download Blizzard Battle.net app.
Yeah, so now
Obviously,
if you go and the launch WoW.
yes.
So on
And
the
then now
battle,
at the bottom it says game version and account.
mm-hmm.
I want World of Warcraft, right? Not classic, just regular World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah, and then
then
you should see a
WoW
WoW
2.
2 US, yeah, Shadowlands or whatever.
Well, yeah, all it says is WoW 2 Starter Edition. So I click play there. And it's launching. And okay, so it's up. It says connecting. Log into game server. Okay, so it takes me directly to a character creation screen.
Yep. And on the top of your screen, you see where it says change realm? It should say Illidan right above that. Sorry, I have an Oreo in my mouth.
No, you're good.
Do you see on stream right now?
Sorry, I'm looking at. Let me switch over the stream. It does not. I'm at a character creation page. I'm not. There's nothing on my screen besides.
So if you're at, hold on. Okay, yeah. So on here, then hit back. Do you have the back button on the bottom left?
I do have back. Yep.
You should see the character list now that I was just on.
Change realm.
Does it say Illidan right above that?
It says Gurubashi.
Okay, yeah. So hit change realm.
Okay.
And then go to Illidan. So you can filter by alphabetical if you click like realm name.
Okay, now I'm in Illidan, it says.
Okay. Yeah, then just double click into Illidan. That's my server.
And then click create new character.
Yep, and then make a horde character. So on the right side, like where you see like the orcs and all that shit. Not an alliance character. Fuck the alliance. I'm just kidding.
Your friend plays for the horde faction. Pick one of these if you want to play together. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I just pick any one of these things over here.
Yeah, any character on anything on the right side of your screen you can be. Those are all horde classes. So when it comes to the classes, though, that's where things are going to get a little bit more complicated. Because I don't know what you want to do. Do you want to play a caster, or do you want to do like melee? Do you want to heal people? Do you want to be a tank? Do you just want to do damage? So let's start with tank, healing, or damage. What would you want your main role to be?
I'll do some healing. I always liked that part of. Like I always like when I played Final Fantasy, like back in the day in Dungeons and Dragons, I always skewed towards mages.
Well, if you be a mage, like an actual mage, like the quote-unquote, they're called mages here, so like the wizard kind of class.
Yeah.
They are strictly ranged damage. So you can be a fire mage, a frost mage, or an arcane mage. I forget which one. I think fire and frost are like the best right now. Arcane's like always been kind of shitty in WoW for whatever reason, but they're a straight damage class.
I'll do this paladin. This looks decent.
Paladin, they're one of the hybrid classes, so they have a tank spec, they have a DPS spec, and they have a healing spec. So you can do any of that.
Okay.
Same with a druid. Druid is a hybrid class. But they can actually do like 4 different classes technically because they have ranged like spellcaster damage. They can shapeshift into a like cat and do like melee damage. And then they can also transform into like a bear and be a tank. And then they can also transform into, depending on which one you are, these like animals change, but then they have like a tree form for healing kind of thing. So they actually have 4 different kinds. They can do everything in the game. And then everything else is pretty much more straightforward and just has like 2 specs, like tank or damage or just straight damage. But a demon hunter is like the easiest class in the game. They press like 2 buttons, and that's the spec.
That was weird. Okay, I had to back out because I had to drop my sound. My game volume was way too high. I was barely catching what you were saying.
Oh yeah, you always gotta fuck with that.
Okay, Illidan, I'm in there. Great character. Blood Elf.
I'm just gonna make a priest to play with you to like level 10. It's
All
funny.
right, so I changed my mind. I'm gonna be a Blood Elf mage.
Now you're being a mage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is that gonna
Well,
mess
that's
things
fine.
up?
No, that's actually fine because like mage was my my main character was a mage for the longest time, and I've been playing my warrior lately.
Okay.
So I'll be able to tell you everything you need to know about playing mage. So it makes things a lot easier.
All right. And this is the actual character's name I'm putting in here, not like just my
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
gamer tag.
yeah. Then you can customize the appearance on the right.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So similarly to Star Wars, at least what you're seeing here, the graphics don't look incredible. Now, once you get to like the higher level, like the end game zones, the fidelity and like the texture models and everything take a massive step forward. So like your character still looks kind of jank like this if you look at him, but the
Okay.
actual armor you're wearing is like pretty high quality as far as fidelity goes. But it's also like it's all stylized. It's not like gonna look like Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Okay. Uh,
Trying to think of what would look good for a priest hair wise. I might just go clean. Yeah, I gotta go with like a beard. The blood elves have such stupid facial hair. Like the closest thing they have to a fucking beard is a chin strap. I don't understand. Like if you look at their facial hair, you have chin strap for number 13, then 12 is full, but full is just a goatee. Full would have been the chin strap and beard combo, or full and chin strap, like 12 and 13 combined into one. That's full.
uh-huh.
Like, and blood elves just by design look kind of stupid with the chin strap or the goatee. Like if it was the full beard, maybe. I'm just gonna go clean. Short ears. I don't know what to do for the. This is honestly shit that like you never even see anyway. So You're gonna spend more time trying to figure out what you want your name to be anyway.
Right? I have no.
Okay, so once you finally get a
All
name,
the names are taken too.
I just made mine first try. But you're gonna have a an option to do like 2 different areas to start the zone in. You want to do Exile's Reach.
Okay.
Still working on that name.
I am. I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. All right. So I got her made. Where do I go now? So I've
Hit.
created it. I click on the character.
Yeah, you might not have had a choice since it's a new account. You might have just defaulted into Exile's Reach. So yeah, then just double click on the character.
Oh, enter world. It says. Uh, got a cutscene.
Yeah, my add-ons may have broke the game. I'm on like a load screen. But like game's just like froze. I might have to disable add-ons. Oh. Weird, like I updated all my add-ons. Sure.
Okay, it's telling me how to position my hands.
There you go.
You would think it would be intuitive, but I actually don't mind this.
That's why I said you honestly should just use the regular UI for now. Because it like points at stuff and tells you like where things are, and once I actually get into the game and you see what my UI looks like, it'd be confusing because it's gonna be like pointing at things that don't exist if you're using my UI.
Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why did I not load into the game?
Are you Brecca?
No, I'm not in yet. I've
Oh.
happened to like disable add-ons.
Warm up by fighting a combat dummy.
Yeah, why did I not load in? Yeah, I'm gonna have to disable all add-ons, dude. Damn it. I don't understand what I have on that. Yeah,
She is
X Blizzard
she
War.
is
All right. Well, I'll just disable all my add-ons, I guess. It's kind of fucking annoying.
open your spellbook and find Fire Blast. Drag Fire Blast to your action. Okay. Find Warlock Brecca.
Okay, I'm trying this one more time with my add-ons. Just disabled some other ones. We'll see if I can get in. Let me in, baby. Let me in.
What do you mean when you're saying add-ons?
What? I got DC'd. What? So, like, it'll be easier for me just to show you if I can actually get into the game. But it's
Okay.
just, there's like a bunch of things that like there's a bunch of different kinds. Like some are like just damage meters. Some actually change how the UI looks. Some just changes like just, I don't know. It's kind of, there's a bunch of different kinds. Some track
Okay.
things. Some do a little bit of everything. Yeah, what the fuck? Rise again. Now I'm just like DCing before I can even. Maybe it's just something with Exile's Reach. If I disable all of them and get past like that opening cutscene, maybe it'll work.
It's got me hunting down these Murloc.
I'm just DCing like instantly. I literally I got into the game and then I DC'd instantly. I got in with no add-ons on, loaded in, and then I DC'd. How'd you see it again? The fuck? Let me try. I'm gonna try to get onto a different character and see if they're all doing it. Oh yay! I only have one more recruiter. Yeah, I was able to get into my level 60. I didn't DC. The fuck? I wonder if I can get in here with my add-ons then. I wonder if it's just literally something in I can't even think. My brain's not working. I don't understand why my add-ons are all out of date when like they're not. They're like they're all updated. This is kind of weird. Let me just turn this on.
Book. Frost Nova.
Yeah, I can't play a new character apparently.
Really?
The game's just DCing every time I load into that character.
Interesting.
Like I was like able to load into my level 60.
Dude, there's some dudes rolling around with a giant, like, side cart.
Yeah, I'm in the game on my level 60. Do you have the stream up? Because if you look right now, you can see my UI.
Okay.
How it looks like completely different than yours. Like all my ability bars, my character nameplate, and the maps over here, and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's all add-ons doing that.
Okay.
So obviously, like, my add-ons here are working. But for some reason, I just can't let me get into that character. Is it? This one? Yeah, dude, I literally just keep getting disconnected whenever I try to get into that character.
That's weird. Item on your quest.
Let me try this other character that was already made.
You are a soldier of the
Okay.
mighty Horde.
What the hell?
A disparate band of races united in their pursuit of freedom, honor.
It literally let me load into a different character that was level 1 already. Like one I already made. It let me get into.
Huh.
God, that took forever to kill that dummy. Jesus.
I must speak to the crew about the raid. I'll take my position. Strike first and strike hard.
Martin's invited you to join a group.
No, that's Martine's. Alright, and that's me.
Martine.
Martine!
So accept that.
Yeah, that's me.
Always face your enemy.
Okay.
I concede. Your strength will see our mission through. The Horde leaves no one behind. I'm here to help. Warlord, this storm will soon overwhelm us. Soldiers, brace yourselves. We won't rest until the expedition.
I'm supposed to be taking these fools out.
Okay, I'm on the shore now.
We need to regroup.
Should I come back for you?
Recover our supplies.
Oh, you're fine. I'll try to catch up.
I'm not that far away from the shore.
Where's the
Am I
thing?
supposed to be like killing these ads while I'm heading to my next objective, or should I just ignore them and go to the next objective?
You probably just ignore them.
Okay.
Oh, another thing you need to do is hit escape and go to interface, and then under controls there should be an auto loot option. You want to
Yes.
have that on.
Okay. So I've got sticky targeting on, auto dismount is off, auto cancel away mode is on, auto loot is on.
Yeah, I have my entire, that whole control page for me, everything is on.
Okay. Loot key, none.
None, yeah.
Okay.
What am I looking for? Not Y. Not C. I forget my buttons. I can't remember what my buttons are. What is it, like Alt J or something? What is the damn button? Well, what did I get here? Oh, the free
What is this kid doing?
the wandering ancient mount. Look at that. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay. Do do do. Okay. Level 3.
Frost Nova. Blast enemies 12 yards of you for 1 frost damage, freeze them in place for 8 seconds.
Stay focused on our mission. Stay sharp. Danger surrounds us.
Does my mana recharge automatically?
Yeah.
My thanks. We'll find the expedition yet.
I don't know when, but eventually you get like conjure mana, or you can make food and water to like eat and drink and get your health and mana back and stuff. But
Okay.
you haven't had to use water as a mage or any mana wielding class in like 3 expansions. Like you just always have mana. Like back in classic WoW, you'd run out of mana in like every fight. So in between every single pull, you would have to sit down and eat and drink.
Stay focused on our mission.
Said you'd be coming.
She's my daughter. Nothing could keep me from her. And as a soldier of the Horde, she knows we
Alright, I
leave
gotta
no
go
one
cook some
behind.
meat.
Level 4. Popping off.
The Quillbore have kidnapped the missing expedition.
Oh, did you just do the cooked meat thing?
Yeah.
Eat.
Oh, okay, I just did that too.
I won't let you starve to death. Recruit. Quillbore pose a far greater threat.
Your
than
Dark
Murloc.
Inferno?
You must
Yep.
be ready to face them in battle. Your spells can be used at range. Cast them to assault your enemies. And use corruption at the start. Use corruption at the start of combat. Use corruption at the corruption will damage your opponent over. You use corruption too soon. You'll do more damage if you use it when it is almost expired. You use corruption too soon.
Oh my god.
Do more damage if you use it when it is almost expired.
Martins!
Corruption is wearing off. Cast it again. Good. Let's go again. I have to know you're ready to face the Quillbore. Corruption is wearing off. Cast it again. Again. A warlock can do devastating damage with proper use of corruption. Corruption is wearing off. Enough. You're ready to fight the Quillbore. Now,
Goddamn
we
right.
rescue our brethren. We won't rest until the expedition has been found.
What be on your mind?
We'll head north to see what the others have found. Once up, rest, and regain your strength before joining us.
All right, I'm heading north.
Your daughter be right to count on you.
Dude, you got a car?
Never
Yeah.
abandons its soldiers.
There's some other dude rolling around in here with a car.
That's right.
Leaves no one behind.
Can you get in? Can you get into my car?
I'm right clicking on it. Nothing's happening.
No.
It just highlights you and says your name down the bottom right.
Because this is the chauffeur, so it's you got him for it was back in the day when this was actually useful, when it took forever to level up and you didn't get a mount till later in the game. Once they introduced heirlooms,
Good, you're here.
they were things that you could essentially buy and give to your alt characters,
The eternal sun.
Okay.
and it was like gear that, like,
Keep yourself safe.
it's just good gear that you can use, and it essentially levels up with your character.
Shuja?
If you inspect me, I'm wearing a bunch of it right now. So if you like click
She rarely
on my name, if you right click on my nameplate and then hit inspect, then you can like hover over all my gear.
Oh, up top here.
Yeah, like on my nameplate.
Okay.
Which you should be. Have you been like equipping gear? Because I think you get like kind of random drops as you're doing the quests here.
I got some shoes that I equipped, some boots, but
Okay.
that's all I've gotten so far, I think.
Okay. Yeah, if like obviously you can see like my character looks a little bit cooler than yours does right now.
Yeah, I've just got the standard robe
Yeah.
thing.
Were you able to inspect me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, when you're looking at like it says like heirloom upgrade level 4 of 4. So like on your main characters you can buy this heirloom gear. And then you have to like so you buy the piece of gear, then there's like 4 different upgrade things you have to buy and apply to each piece. And then it becomes pretty fucking expensive, honestly. Like one thing is like 5,000 gold. So then you got to buy 4 of them, so it's like 20,000 gold essentially like per item to increase it. But essentially as my character levels up, all the stats on this gear levels up with it. So when you have a full set of heirloom gear, not only does it have like all the set bonuses that it comes with and everything, and it but it levels up with you, and you never need to worry about equipping gear essentially until your max level. And then you got the mount here. This is like the heirloom mount, and like before you had to be like level, what was it? I think it was like, it used to be like 40 back in the day, but then they lowered it to like 20 for you to, when you got your first mount. But with the heirloom gear, once you got enough of them, you got like an achievement, and you got this heirloom mount that you could use from level 1. But that's why there's somebody driving me around on it, even though it is just me driving. It's supposed to be like a chauffeur mount for your low levels.
Okay.
But I have other mounts that are like 2-seater mounts, so like once we get out of this area, you could just ride with me. But I'm pretty sure nowadays you get your first mount at like level 10, and you're level 10 once you leave this zone. And they only your starting mount costs like 1 gold. Like you just buy it immediately and have it.
Okay. It looks like I've got 2 different tasks to choose from. Down with Quillbore or Forbidden Quillbore Necromancy.
Yeah, they're up here.
Which one do I select? Do I select both of them? Just
Oh yeah, you're on both of them right now. All it's doing is essentially showing you where both of them are, but you have to do both of them. So if you click
Oh,
on
I thought
one,
I had
all
to,
it does was
I thought I had to accept them to. Okay, I guess I can accept both of them. I thought I was like making a choice there about which one I was doing.
no, yeah. If you see it on the map, that means you already have it. So when you click
Okay.
on it, all it does is highlight. You essentially just set a focus, so it'll
Okay.
highlight like the area on the map that like the mobs are or whatever it is there.
Okay.
What is this? Put that there. Put that there.
Dude, this fire, dude, like.
Sacrifices for the ritual.
So like this is a new. This starting zone was new for Shadowlands. So
Okay.
it's a good representation of like what like the fidelity is in the game at a higher level. This later zones still look a little bit better than this, but if you were to go to like one of the older zones, it wouldn't look this good.
Our tribe
It's decent. That's.
survive.
Geolord.
I'm at him right now. If you come over to me,
I'm looting these bodies you left in your wake here. Somehow go around.
mages are fun though. Mage is always my favorite class until I started playing my warrior.
It's like I can stay back at a decent range. I didn't realize like I was getting a little too close to people.
Oh yeah, you just stay like far away. That's all you do.
Oh, that fire, that didn't do anything.
Well, the like elite mobs and they'll break out of Frost Nova like relatively quickly.
Okay. Who's this little kid that's following you around?
That's my demon, dude.
Oh,
You see
okay.
him? He's like a little goblin.
Yeah, I saw this little thing like following you. I was like, what's that kid do?
Yeah, this is my warlock.
Drawn Dawn Tracker. At your service.
So a warlock is pretty much just like a mage, but like they can summon a couple different kinds of demons, and they instead of throwing like the kind of spells you would throw, even though there is a particular kind, I forget which spec it is, where they pretty much are just fire mages, in all honesty. But there's also like damage over time abilities that warlocks primarily do.
Oh shit, I got lots of gear. Cracked bill? I don't know what the fuck that is.
To be up there.
I need a backup plan in case your recruit gets dropped like a rock. Is this thing still on? Hey, pal! You accepted all liability by agreeing to this.
Be quiet. I see something.
We will take your soul and raise the dragon from
Did
the
you get
dead.
click on the thingy
Cowards!
that's like floating by you?
No, I'm trying to equip gear. It's
Oh,
having
okay.
me equip a bunch of gear.
We do not run when our
Apparently I
people
was
need
missing
us.
that as I was
Find
going
us a way
along.
through all of those undead.
This
Hey,
choppy
St.
booster?
John, I provide
Yeah.
rocket boots. How about a giant boar?
Whatever you do, make it quick. My daughter's life is at stake.
Okay. Taking me somewhere?
I'll be seeing you later.
Yeah.
I promised a giant boar.
Where is my freaking quest text? Oh, it's way over here. I couldn't even see it.
That ain't right. Let's see. Just gotta. There. Try it now. Oh, who needs a giant boar when we can do that? Here, try it again. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's get back to Grimax.
Stay focused on our mission.
You need it? I got it. You blow up those zombies. Remember that my proprietary invention made it happen.
Alright.
Remember that talk we had about liability?
The resize.
Rig is about to explode.
Mother, I failed.
Yeah, so then you gotta go back and then
With me.
you should see like your quests on the left. Have you done an item quest yet?
No.
Okay, yeah, like it's like the dude gives you like an item, then you gotta click on the boars, and then you click on the item, and then like you use the item that they give you to like shoot them. But like you should be able to click it from your quest text, like over on the right hand pane as well. So you don't actually have to like open up your bag and like click it. It should show up next to your quest text.
Yep. Oh boy, I just blew up this thing.
Wretched ogre. Let's check on Street. Mother, I tried to stop the ogres on my own, but I failed.
So are you having to go through all this too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will do what as you command.
I'm on like the next part.
Necromancy to raise a dragon from the dead.
This is not my first time doing this though.
For the horde.
I've actually already done this with a warlock too. So. This is for whatever reason, it's the only fucking character it would let me be.
Alright. Ride the choppy booster thing again. Okay.
What do you want me to do here?
Together, we can put an end to these rituals.
We will save the expedition. I am not fond of fell magic.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to knock out these big guys. Okay.
Never a dull moment with the horde. Let's see if we can find one of those rituals.
The horde leaves no one behind.
What do you want me to do here?
We must rescue the others. I will join Bo farther north, where the harpies roost. Meet me there.
Torgarth. Where is this Togarth thing?
Who dares to summon me? You cannot bind me.
Oh, there he is.
Is struck. Call upon me, and I shall answer.
So before though, you see how like you're doing these quests and every once in a while that's like actually like class specific to you. It actually like says something about like a mage and like kind of tells you how to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game never used to do that. Like,
Okay. So you just kind of had to figure it out on your own.
yeah.
Like, he's walking me through everything, like step by step, right now.
Yeah, so it took them 15 years to implement that. Just think about that. Because this new player experience here in the starting zone literally was, like I said, it was only added in Shadowlands.
Okay.
But it's actually like a good thing. Like it's quick, it shows you the ropes, and like they actually implement some of the quests there are like they're like class specific. Like so like I'm getting like I just had to do a quest to summon my Void Walker, but they actually made it like part of a quest chain, like gave lore behind it as opposed to it just being an ability I unlock.
Okay.
I attempted to bring an end to these rituals. But the ogres ensnared me, drained my power.
When you're done over by that little area, you need to come over by me.
Free me so I might recover and pass some of my power to you. The spell is weakening. The light returns to me. Freedom. Accept my gratitude and end the memory.
Any item purchased from a provisioner, any item sold.
I wonder if this island will kill me. Again. You're the only hope those survivors have left. No pressure.
And make sure you be stopping that ritual.
So when I open up my backpack, it's opening up this emptied first aid kit and Torgox Regent pouch. Do I just close those each time it opens it? Oh god, I've got like 4 bags now.
I don't know. I don't know what you're...
I've got so many damn bags. They all open up when... How'd you get to level 10 already?
Am I?
Oh, never mind. No, that's the no. I'm thinking like up in the
I'm
upper
level
left is like
oh.
our for lack of a better way to put it, our fire team from back in the Destiny days, but it's not. That's the warlock chick that I've been following around.
Hey, I'm level 7.
I don't know what my next step is here.
What do you see when you hit M? Anything on your map?
No.
What about when you hit L?
The Harpy Problem. Quest available.
Yeah, it's where's that at? I think it's over here.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, no, that's
okay.
up here.
I see him. Got this little check mark or exclamation point above his name.
Jesus. You coming down here?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to read the little thingamabob.
Oh, you're reading the quest text?
Yeah, yeah, is that foolish?
No, no, no. You can.
What am I stuck
You'd
on?
probably be the only person who does. Like, you probably should, in all honesty.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on, so I was trying to. I mean, should I be looting everything too? I'm like down with these spiders. Is that where I'm supposed to be?
Yeah. So you should see like those little yellow circles on the map. Your mini map. You
Yep.
see that? Yeah, those are the things you gotta do. They're little cocoons, and you gotta break
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I think you took care of them. I think it's giving me credit. Yeah, here you come.
Yeah, it should be.
Defeat, run to rescue.
Oh wait, we probably have to go down here.
That back down farther.
Yeah.
Dude, your dude, this happened in Star Wars. Your dude is sprinting like 5 times faster than my dude.
Well, this is because I actually got a buff, and like you can get it
Okay.
too. It was just the other way. We can go get it after we do this.
Oh,
Oh
swimming.
no! Did I get it in there? I think I hit him. Okay, we got it. We got credit. Did you get credit?
Yep.
Good deal. And then you can ride her out of here. That's what she said.
Your experience bar is at the bottom of the screen, correct?
No, mine is on the left.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. That's right. Our interfaces are going to be different.
That is yours, though. Yeah, by
That is
default,
mine.
that is your
Okay.
experience bar. Yeah. Oh my god! I keep getting this like message from Discord saying, "Do you want to stream to your friends in Discord?" And it won't stop popping up. It's just constantly popping up. It's so annoying.
I got one when I first opened it, but I haven't gotten another one.
Yeah, mine just keeps
Those
happening.
spiders had their rightful home destroyed. They deserved better.
Well, if you be putting it that way.
I'm gonna close Discord and reopen it to see if it stops. Hold on. Oh, I didn't have that gear I just got. Cool. I got a new appearance. Okay, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Where the hell is Discord and my tray icon? There it is. Hello?
What's up?
Yo. Okay, let's see if it stops fucking popping up. Alright, where are you at? Did you leave?
No, I'm
Oh, okay.
standing right here by the camp with all these other fools.
It popped up again. God damn it. I'll
That's
show you
funny.
where that quest is.
It popped up for me once, and
That's
then
what it's supposed to do.
And then it went away. Is it this chick over here?
No, but you talk to her, and then then you'll get quests like further up the mountain, and then it's like a side quest over here. But you just click on these 4 little pillars, and then the dude gives you the buff. It lasts 10 minutes, which by time you can finish the zone, and by that time, like we'll be done here, and you'll be level 10 within the next 10 minutes after you get it. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but while you're doing this, I'll tell the story. Like, I don't know if you noticed, when you had the stream pulled up, that I got like a haircut and I shaved and everything.
Yeah.
And this is the closest I have been to being clean shaven in nearly 20 years. Because I accidentally used the 0.5 millimeter trimmer instead of the 1 on my beard, and I was halfway done with it before I realized it, and I was like, holy shit, that's short. And then I looked at it and it was 0.5, and I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, I've done that before.
So I was just gonna like trim my beard with a 1 like I normally do and not worry about my hair, but my beard was so short that my hair looked like an afro, even though it was like a centimeter long. So I had to fucking cut my hair immediately. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my face looks so weird. Like I haven't been able to see my cheeks in literally almost 20 years. Since I could grow a beard, I've had a beard. Like, Sarah's never even seen me without a beard. Like, literally, I've always had a beard.
That's
like,
funny.
I didn't even know what the fuck my face looks like anymore. Why am I dropping frames all of a sudden on stream? What the fuck? I'm going performance mode, I guess. I don't know why. What the fuck happened?
Oh yeah, now I'm running fast.
Oh yeah, you got it. There you go.
Yeah.
I wonder. Let's go at the same time here. I want to see if the mount's faster.
Okay, I'm accepting these quests.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, I've got. God, these bags, all these bags opening is a little frustrating.
See, if there's an add-on you can get to where it condenses your bag just to 1 bag.
Okay. So are we going? Or I assume we're going up the hill here.
Yeah,
right.
we'll go.
Should I be taking these things out? I gotta take these things out. I gotta burn them.
Yeah, burn the things
Dude,
and kill the harpies. So right now on your screen, how close is your camera to your character? Out of curiosity.
It's pretty far back. Like,
Okay.
it's not right on top of it by any stretch.
How big would you say your character is right now on the screen?
About, I don't know, a tenth the height of the screen.
So like 2 inches tall?
2 inches, yeah. 2 inches is probably pretty close.
All right, you're probably about as far back as I am. Then, like, it's weird. Like Haley, I don't know what it is, but like she always has the camera like right behind her character, like it's a fixed camera, third-person shooter or some shit.
Okay.
And you can't play the game that way. Like, you just can't play. I don't know how in the world you could maneuver around and do anything, because like the game is like, I don't know, it's not designed to be played that way. Like my camera, I often play completely zoomed. Like my character, I have a thing. There's like a command you can put in to make your camera go back like really far. My dude right now is like literally a centimeter.
Huh.
I don't normally play like that far back all the time, but like if you're in like a raid, you're like totally playing as far back like that.
Sure, it makes it easier to see all the different stuff that's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Realistically, like right now, I don't know if have you ever played like Diablo?
No.
Have you played any kind of ARPG like that, or like know how it looks, or like a MOBA? You know, like what League of Legends looks like. Like that's pretty much the camera style you end up having, like most of the time. It's just like you pretty much have an aerial shot of your character.
Okay.
And that's typically how it ends up going. Like in some places you can zoom in a little bit closer, and like 2 inches is pretty moderate when you're just like kind of going through and doing quests.
I'm still looking for this last.
Yeah, it's over here. Then there's a thing over here.
Okay.
Person. Have you had the I think we talked about this last week. Have you had the lemon Oreos?
Yes.
Dude, those things are so bomb.
Very good, yeah.
I bought the thins and the regular ones because I couldn't decide. At first I only saw the regular ones, and I saw the thins on the top shelf, and I like already had the other ones in my hand, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just get both. I think I like the thins more though. But because I have both, I normally just get 4 thins and 2 regular ones, and then just go about my day. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about this in Discord, wasn't I? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I was talking about the Reese eggs and shit too. Man, whew, them white chocolate Reese eggs.
They're good.
They're so good. I bought like a little like 6-pack of those, and then at Sam's they had a pack of 60 of the regular Reese eggs, but like the half-size ones.
Uh-huh.
But it's still 60 of them, so I got like 30 Reese eggs. But yeah, those chocolate ones, not as good as the white chocolate ones are real fucking good. Like the regular ones are okay, but dude, I don't know what it is, but because you can't even really taste the white chocolate when you're eating them. I don't know why like, I guess the flavors still just complement better. I don't know, maybe, I guess is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both good, but I don't know if you've ever done this before too, but the proper, well, not say proper, but what I think is the best way to eat a Reese is to have them in the freezer or the fridge.
I have 2 Reese eggs and a Reese, a regular pack of Reese cups in the fridge right now.
Yeah, that's how you do it, dude. Chilled Reese cups are the fucking shit.
Yep. I actually put them in the freezer.
That's what I normally do. Yeah, I have the bag of the 60 pack there in the freezer.
Oh, nice.
Hold on, let's kill this dude over here. This is rare. Do you see the little star on your map? The mini map?
Yes.
That's for you can hover over it and it says name and everything, but it's because it's a rare mob. That's why he has the star icon. Or an elite. In this case, it was a rare elite, but... Oh, and then there's a chest up here, too.
Oh, wow, there's some stuff in there, wasn't there?
Is there...
An alert mind is a strong mind.
Interested in some experimentation?
I will do whatever it takes. Well fought. We're one step closer to crushing.
All right, calm down.
Martins! No, I was surprised I got this name, though, but I named him this because obviously, like, it's hard as fuck to find a name that's not taken, obviously.
Yeah.
And I generally always try to get, like, super common names, like Jerry and Tom, because it's like you're playing this fantasy game, so, like, I don't know, I just find it funny. But obviously, all that shit's taken. And I did get Bifo and Rob Bifo and like Sir Rob Bifo. I have all that. Thankfully, I could at least get those. But Martins here. Do you ever watch Strongman, like the sport?
Yeah, I've seen that, some of that before.
Yeah, there's this dude. He's like, he's around. I think he's actually younger than me, surprisingly, but. He's around my age, but his name's Martins Lises, and he actually won World's Strongest Man like a year or two ago.
Okay.
And he has like a YouTube channel and stuff. But I don't know what the fuck and why I thought about it. I think it probably just because I thought like Martin or something, and then like it didn't work, and I was just like, oh, I'll just do Martins, and then it worked. And I was like, oh, cool. But it's just every time I keep saying like. Martins, because that's what he fucking does. So like, there's like a point behind it. But he always like, cause he's kind of like a goofball dude, cause he's a young guy. He's like my age, right? So like, and he has like a YouTube channel and like does that shit. He just happens to do World's Strongest Man and shit too, and actually be good at it. But like he'll say like Martins and then like put his fist in the air, kind of like an idiot. And he watches like anime and shit. He's honestly a really cool dude, but. I don't know. That's the story behind the Martins name.
Okay.
Oh, we can kill. Did you get these quests yet? Where you at? Oh, no, you haven't came up here yet. Okay. I'll wait for you here by this one.
Something.
Yeah, dude, I'm super stoked though.
From the lake.
Do what?
I gotta get this book out of the lake, apparently.
Oh, yeah, see, that's one of the things that are for, like, your class-specific thing, then. Yeah. Because then it should send you up this way, and there's, like, a bounty quest over here to kill this bear.
Can I breathe underwater forever? Oh, no, there's my breath.
No, yeah, you get a breath. If you were an undead, you could. Because, you know, they don't have lungs. And that's honestly, like, them having the undead class or race being able to breathe underwater like indefinitely
Mm-hmm.
is actually one of the cooler little like lore things that they did. Because it's like a little thing that you wouldn't really think that they would bother implementing, because there are some areas where you have to go underwater and like do stuff. So like for everyone else, you have to be mindful of your breath. But if you're undead, you just like chill down there, you don't die. Like this is what it is. And it makes sense. But it's just one of those things you wouldn't expect them to even think about.
Apparently, I have to fight these two and learn to use polymorph. Sweet, I turned him into a sheep.
Yep. See, that used to be what, back in the day in classic WoW, you played a Frost Mage, because that was the best spec. And, your entire rotation for, like, every fight was Frostbolt, 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 Frostbolt. Just repeat. Then you sheep them. So you normally would, if you were, like, dueling somebody, you would Frostbolt until they got on top of you, and then you Frost Nova, and then blink away, and then you Frostbolt, Frostbolt, Frostbolt until they get on top of you again. Then you Polymorph, and then you run away, and then you Frostbolt, 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 Frostbolt. That's all you do. That's all you fucking do. It's one button.
Do you get like upgrades so that Frostbolt doesn't take as long as to cast? Because right now, Frostbolt, the recharge is significant.
As you level, I think it shortens a little bit, but it's not like, I don't know how they have it anymore, because like back in the day you had a talent tree and you would spec into it, and once you put like 5 points in it, it would be like a half a second quicker. So it's not a significant thing, but I don't know how they do it now without talents. I think probably like every 10 levels it might get a little bit quicker. But it generally is about as fast as it is now.
Okay.
You get other abilities though that are like instant cast and things like that. Oh, it looks like this dude needs help. He almost died.
Oh, I'm stunned.
Oh god, I'm hitting the wrong button. Shit. I forgot I switched my action bars. Or my abilities. There we go. Alright, there's that.
That bear got roughed up. I guess my speed thing wore off.
Yeah.
The Horde has endured worse than this.
Oh, we were supposed to go into his cave. Did you go into the bear's cave? Or wait, did they just send me in?
His cave for treasure.
Yeah. I
Is
just
that
went
back
over.
where we were?
Yeah. You can just jump off the ledge there. Hey, I got another item appearance.
Oh, dude, he's behind me. What? How?
I'm here. Oh, wrong button again.
Back to life?
Yeah, they'll respawn.
Is that all that's in here?
Yeah.
I'm used to all these games where like you gotta like check every nook and cranny to.
Yeah, thankfully this is not that kind of game.
That's cool.
You don't really have to worry about that.
Well, I'm almost level 9.
Same.
Lots of dead people hanging out over here.
Forbidden magic? A willing test subject. Such a rare find.
Good. Now act like an ogre and get us inside.
Just come out there.
Speak. Just smile
Oh,
and
man.
wave. The dumber you
No.
look, the
Where'd he
better.
go?
No, I'm up here. Where are you at? What are you doing?
He did an ogre transformation spell on me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he just did to me.
Okay.
More sacrifices. Go to cooking pit.
This is the last part of the quest.
Okay.
Show what you got.
Keep moving. See if we can learn anything about the ritual.
What do we have here? All the sacrifices we thought we lost. This one got some moves. You dance good.
So if you click on him and then backslash dance,
I said act like an ogre.
everyone else like dances with you. But they're like not supposed to. You're supposed to like do backslash wave.
Take them to the back. We'll see.
Your dance good. That's pretty funny.
Leader. It is time to complete the ritual atop the citadel. Then all will bow before us.
So how many of those commands are there for this game? Like how many text inputs can you do they have?
There's quite a bit. I mean, you can do backslash wave, sit, sleep, cry, beg. I mean, pretty much any emote you can think of.
Huh, that's cool.
It's all there for the most part.
It's insane.
Will be victorious.
Like you can like kneel. I don't know if crouch does anything different now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, crouch is not one, but kneel is. But you can like sit.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Alright, I've got 3 quests right now. Is that what you have?
Yeah. The fuck? There we go. My abilities were all gone.
Stop it! Let me speak too soon!
So how do you, I mean, are you just exploring to find the catapult right now, or is there something on the map that's I'm supposed to be seeing that's supposed to be indicating where like the next set of
Yeah.
catapults is?
If you hit M and then click on each one of the things, it outlines everything on your minimap.
Okay.
Do you see that? You have to click on like each number, like click on each quest, like on the map, the little icons on the map, and then that'll
Okay.
track them. And once you're tracking them, then it puts the little like blue outlines on
Diamond
your
icon.
mini back. Yeah.
Okay.
So you should just see like there's like three. For me, it's like there's like 3 blue circles, and then, well, now there's only 2, but then there's like the 2, like silver, not silver. God damn, they're yellow. They're way off.
Catapults are done for me at least. I have to kill 2 more ogres.
Yeah, so I don't know if the catapults were marked, but like the ogres are marked.
Smash good! Let me get
So if you come loot the one I just killed, that's where the thing was. Over in the house over there, in front of the house.
Okay.
I just gotta wait for the, yeah, he's back. There it is.
Alright. Disable runes holding warlord.
Now we're on the actual last thing to do here, the little dungeon.
Interested in some experimentation?
We must rescue
I got another new piece of gear. That.
You have my thanks, but we must still end the ogre's
Oh, so I can hit the backpack button and it just closes all the backpacks, which is nice.
Oh, what you can do too is if you hit Control B, that'll open and close all of them.
Oh, okay.
Until you get add-ons installed to just condense them into one bag.
Well met. Go in peace.
Let me know when you turn in that quest. 'Cause
Use
then-
group finder to enter the dungeon.
Okay, you're on that part now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me queue it up then. I gotta remember which button my group finder thing is. There we go.
Do I click on this dungeon finder? Oh, group
I just
four.
did it. Yeah, the group leader would have to do it.
Okay.
Let's move. I'll keep the ogres.
So this is the last part of like the intro thing, and it's showing you like what a dungeon is like.
Okay.
Granted, they're not. Nah, they're all pretty much this easy in all reality. You just have more abilities and they do more damage and whatnot as you get to a higher level. But once you get into like doing heroics and mythics, they start to get like harder and like you'll actually like die. But if you're doing like a normal dungeon, they're pretty much all like this.
Now, was I supposed to shout Leroy Jenkins before I ran in here, or?
No, because this is too easy.
Okay.
You couldn't even like wipe like they did on that. It would be harder for you to die in here than to just be.
What was that from? Was that what were they playing when that happened?
They were in a raid. I think they were in Blackwing Lair.
Was it? It was a WoW raid though.
Yeah. It was WoW. That's where that came from. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were in Blackwing Lair. There's like this part that they were in. There's like a bunch of these like little dragon whelpling eggs all on the floor, and if you run over them, the whelplings hatch. If you don't touch them, you're fine. But he just ran in and started running over like all the fucking things in there, like pulled the boss, and like it was quite funny if you knew what was going on.
I just remember like watching, like, damn, they're not happy with him.
Yeah. I think it was like it turned out it was staged, I think. But
I heard that. It
yeah,
might have been.
But it was really good, like regardless. Like it was funny.
That's one of Gorgor's bodyguards. What's our plan of attack? Recruit! You strike first. I'll charge in after you. Let none stand in our way. I'll draw his attention. Shoot ya! Heal our wounds. As you command. Loktar!
Never see Gorgroth win.
Keep moving. Gorgroth must be close.
Do you use a mouse or do you use numbers to execute your attacks?
Always numbers.
Worse than this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember in Star Wars when I said don't be a clicker? Like you can click them, but like you can't click them if you're doing like higher level content. You know what I mean? If you remember what my action bars looked like when I was on my warrior, like I have, let me see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 action bars, and there's what, 10 abilities on each bar, so there's 40 buttons there. Clicking on them all individually just takes too much time. Like you don't have the time to do it. You know what I mean? That's what it ends up turning into. Because
how do you like, you don't have 40 numbers on your keyboard, so how do you...
Well, what ends up happening is this is what I do anyway. The first row are all like your primary things that you're gonna use like at all times, right? Like your main abilities. So that'll be your 1 through 0, 1 through equal sign, whatever you have it set up to, right? But then right above that on my second bar, I bind all those to shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, shift 4, shift 5, right? And then I have other ones mapped to, like, my mouse has like 3 or 4 buttons on it, so I have some things mapped to just my mouse buttons and things like that. So like,
Okay.
you can click stuff, but like you're not going to be clicking your main abilities. Does that make sense?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, cause yeah, like, cause you're right. Like, I don't have 40 fingers, so I can't click everything. But like, so the top 2 bars are items that like I wouldn't need in an urgent situation, really. So like, I would have time to click on it, you know.
Okay.
But like any of my attacks, like my primary attacks, and then any sort of like secondary like status effect things, like crowd control things, like stunning or interrupting, all that stuff is on a button because it has to be quickly done. So like if I'm trying to interrupt you from casting a spell, I don't have time to like mouse over to it and click it. I need to just press a button and get it done. But
Okay.
if I'm gonna drink a potion, like I can just click on that. Like I probably don't need, you know, to bind that to something. It's all gonna come down to personal preference, really, on what you bind, where you bind it, and where. But
So I jump on this thing, this flying thing.
yeah,
It says, "Do I really want to continue?" Yes.
yep. And then he's gonna take you, and then you're done with the starting zone.
Sweet.
You just got your first WoW experience in.
It's a good game. It's fun. Like there's a lot to. They give you abilities really easily. Like I remember, I don't know. I know a lot of other. I mean, I don't know. It's an MMO, so
It never used to be like this, dude.
okay.
Like, it never used to be like this. If we were playing Classic WoW right now, like since you bought it, you can just install Classic WoW now and play for free, all because you get Classic for free as long as you have a subscription.
Okay.
But if you were to install that and then play that, it's like, so if we just started doing that right now, we would not be level 10 and we would not have all these abilities. We would probably be like level 4, level 5, and we would still only have like 1 or 2 abilities. And it'd pretty much be like that until like level 10, but getting to level 10 wouldn't have taken like a mere hour. Like, remember when I told you when Shadowlands first came out, there was someone who got to level 60 or whatever, level 50 in 4 or 5 hours. Like, they got the max level in 4 or 5 hours.
Standing as a symbol of pride and resilience.
And like, back in the day, in like Classic WoW, dude, you're not even level 10. You're like, you're if you're lucky and good at the game and know what you're doing, you're level 10 in 4 or 5 hours.
Don't let your guard down.
But yeah, you ain't, it's a very different thing. Like, I would almost say, like, I don't know,
Time is money, friend. Take it sleazy.
if you, I like Classic WoW, but it's very, like, nostalgia driven. Like, I think, like, long-term wise, I think retail is a better game. There's more stuff to do in it. I mean, there's obviously a shit ton more stuff to do in it, but, like, I don't know. Classic is a good experience, but, like, I would almost recommend, like, new players not even fucking bother with it. Just because it's a dead end. Like, kind of like how the Walter Amada said, you know, it was Justice League's a cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
Yeah, but Classic WoW isn't a cul-de-sac. It's literally a dead end. Because it does end. Like, there's no new expansion coming out or anything. Like, it ends. The game already exists. Like, retail is where it goes to. So going back and playing Classic WoW, it was fun, but there's just nothing to do and it's not going to go anywhere. Like, they're coming out with Burning Crusade Classic now, so the second expansion. They're making a classic mode of that, but like in the end, like, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna make Wrath of the Lich King classic after that? They're just gonna re-release every expansion? Yeah, it's like,
Sure.
it's more or less fun though. Like I would suggest, if we keep playing this and you actually get to like max level and you get a good feel for the game and like, and you're liking the game overall, that's when we should go and play like classic WoW, just so you can see the difference.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I think that would actually be, I'd be interested to see how someone like you, like having never played classic WoW, jumped into this, like what retail WoW is now. Be curious to see what you think about vanilla, because like I played back then, so like it was just nostalgia for me to go back and play it when it came out.
Yeah. I'm on my little question mark menu in the bottom right, and or well, whatever the default, like it's the game menu. It says it's got, my frame rates are it's bouncing between 90 and 98.
If you go to system, where am I at?
Yeah, system.
And then go to advanced.
Okay.
You should see on the right is what's your max background FPS and max target FPS set to?
Max background is check marked at 30 FPS.
Okay.
And max foreground isn't checked, and target FPS isn't checked.
Okay, I have mine all checked. And I'm at 165. For some reason max foreground wasn't checked for me. But I just checked it and ticked it to 165. But my other, all three of them are at 165.
Now, I have not done whatever I need to do on my monitor, because you're supposed to overclock my monitor. It's like 144, but it can overclock to 165. I haven't done whatever I need to do that. So, is that just a setting in the you said that was just a setting on the monitor?
Yeah, if you click the menu screen on the back, like at least for mine, mine's an ROG. So was yours an ROG, Republic of Gamers Asus, or was it different? Or was it the tough one?
It's tough.
Okay, I don't know if I don't know if the tough model has a different UI, but as soon as I click, like on the back of mine, there's like a little red knob where you like, it's like a joystick. If I click that, it opens up the menu. Literally the first thing that comes on for mine is the overclock button. Like that's the top of the menu. So you would just turn it on. Like you don't have to do anything special. You just turn it on.
Okay.
I don't know if yours is set up differently though. I imagine it's probably not. Like, but either way, if you just open up the menu thing on your monitor, there should just be an area in there to overclock it. And it's literally just as simple as finding it and turning it on.
Yep, that was real simple.
And then you can also turn on, you probably can, I don't know if this might be an ROG specific thing or not, but if you go to, where the fuck is it? Game visual, maybe? No? The thing. Oh, wait, it's a different... Okay, so when I click the menu button, there's like an additional buttons. I have like 3 additional buttons. And one of them, you can turn on, like, you can turn on a built-in, like, FPS counter. That, like, stays on the top of your monitor. Like, I can turn on a crosshair, a timer, or an FPS counter. I don't know if you have that option, but it's a built-in on the monitor FPS counter, so the FPS counter is always on.
Okay.
I normally just keep mine on there just so it's a hardware-driven FPS counter, so it's going to be more accurate than whatever software is telling you. Theoretically speaking.
Where is that? Where did you say that was?
So, like, I have on my monitor, there's the joystick thing.
Yeah.
But then there's also like 3 buttons, like 3 or 4 like actual buttons I can press right next to the joystick. So if you click the joystick first, at least on mine, I have like 4 options there. To where like there's like a little black box, and it's like one of them's like 4 bars, and there's an X, and then there's a gamepad, and then there's like an odometer. But I don't know if your monitor has that same setup.
Okay.
Because like what I have to do is I click that, and then I click the gamepad thing where it's called Game Plus, and then there's a crosshair that I can put on, and then the FPS counter.
Okay.
That might be ROG specific though, I have no idea. Wouldn't imagine it would be, but you never know.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to call it for the night. I've got to get up and work in the morning. So.
I hear you, dude. That's good. Sounds good.
But that was fun. That was good.
Well, if you like that part, I mean, the game really does. I mean, there's just a shit more to it than that. So it really does. Like, it gets better than that. So if you liked that, you'd like the rest of it. So.
Wait.
But all right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. What time? 8:30 tomorrow? You thinking?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
That'll work.
All right, man. Later.
All right, later. All right, boys. Thanks for watching. What was I gonna do? Yeah, so that was John's first WoW experience there. Always fun. The new player experience in WoW. If you've never played WoW, you just saw it for one. But it is good. Like it's like I was telling John, and like he was even like confirming, it tells you what to do. Like the game, it's crazy to think the game's like 15, 16 years old at this point, but they never did that before. It took them 15 years to implement something that actually like taught you how to play the game. So like I said it before Shadowlands even came out, once I saw like the beta for the new player experience and all that stuff, like now is the perfect time if you've never actually played the game. It's a perfect time to jump into it because like the new player experience is just great, because that was the biggest problem WoW had, is as it grew over the last 15 years, there's just so much stuff and nothing was consistent. Like you would jump into the game, you get to like level 10, but then all of a sudden you're out leveling all these like zones that you're in, and like the war chief changes and like Orgrimmar, and it's like nothing was coherent because like all the expansions just kind of like stumble over each other. And now it's not like that. Now you can go in and just play the game, and it maps everything out for you, and it tells you exactly where to go. You don't out level zones, and it's a lot better experience. If you've never played it before, definitely a good time to pick it up and jump in, because it's great for new players. So, but other than that, Honest and Uneducated will be up on Monday, so check that out. Obviously, then we'll have some. I don't know which one's next. I think I'll probably have the 40th, the Empire Strikes Back's 40th year anniversary Darth Vader hot toy. I'll probably be doing the review for that, and I'll have that up on Wednesday. The review for the Deathstroke hot toy was up. Where's that at? I had that here. Let me do a little. Had that come up. So that's on the channel. You can go check out the Deathstroke hot toy. I freaking love that figure. It's so good. And then we'll also, like I did the little unboxing and preview thing, but I'll have the review for Saitama from One Punch Man. That'll be up in the next coming weeks. I'm a little behind on them. I'm getting figures in much quicker than the reviews are coming out at this point. But I still got to do the Death Trooper, the Mandalorian Death Trooper. I got to do Genos. I got to do Saitama. I got to do R2. Then I got to do Vader. I think I would be caught up then. I think it's just those 5. So, but if you haven't seen the Deathstroke video, Deathstroke review, he's up on the channel. There's the supposes right there. Yeah, and then we'll be back next week. Be sure to like and subscribe, all that sorts of fun stuff. Thank you all for watching. But until next time, guys, take care.